Hear me?
Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast. Your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Belvo.
And it's your boy, Gina P.
And your boy, Gray. Gray not here today. Gray's been missing for a minute. You know, Gray went off and pursued his career in the music industry. Left us to do the podcast solo dolo. Gray's pursuing, what can we call it, Nate?
Other endeavors, I guess. I don't know what else you call it.
Yeah, Gray's, I think he's, where did he go to? Is it Portland?
Yeah, I believe Portland. Yeah.
All right.
I got to visit up there. Good city.
Sooner or later. What you been up to, bro?
This past weekend's pretty chill. I had the wife's birthday, and we had our 9th anniversary. That was our 9th wedding anniversary was the 3rd, and her birthday was the 6th. So we went off for her birthday. And also all in the crux of that, we had back to school shopping and all that, because the kids started back to school this weekend. So it was pretty dope. We did the little staycation up here. We went down to the
I ain't see no post, bro.
Yeah, your boy was out here vibing.
I'm talking about the first day of school post. You not?
Oh, I just hadn't had a chance to post. I didn't. The missus don't really. I don't even think she has her page anymore. Outside the business page, so that's why we don't post it on that. I just hadn't had a chance to post, but
I was looking at a few kids, and I was like, they saying y'all don't need to be posting this. Kids ain't getting fly for the first day. I don't need to be posting this.
I saw Joe and Joanne's kid. I was like, damn, these kids grow up quick, bro. I forgot about it. He was saying, because the little man had his dreads and everything else by that. Mm-hmm. So I got a few. I gotta post on. I gotta post those up when I get a chance. I went out there to the with that one resort. Is it the JW Marriott down here? Real nice, bro. Lovely. It's connected with the Ritz-Carltons down there, not too far from Disney. But that was it, dog. Just pretty much chill, laid back. You know, your boys just, probably put on good 3-4 pounds just that weekend, just between eating, gummied up, drinking, chilling, having a good time and getting back. So other than that.
So what y'all did with the kids?
Had the sister-in-law come in town, so they watched the kids for their show, and then after that was it. We just was out there and then coming back and came back and checking on the kids afterwards. So it's pretty fly, man. It was pretty dope. Definitely one thing that I've been doing, but I didn't put in effect. This is what I want to do is all these resorts, especially a lot of these 5 stars, these hotels, if you ever want to go on a date or anything like that, I don't know why it never hit me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to go to high-end restaurants, a lot of these restaurants, a lot of these hotels have it. You can just go to the hotels. You can just check in, put your car in valet, and go eat over there.
What do you mean, bro?
You don't have to be. You don't have to be a guest there to eat at those restaurants inside the hotels.
Oh,
you know how they have if you're looking for 5-star hotels, I don't know if that's the only one down here in Orlando. The Michelin star. There's one at the down there, the 5-star Michelin star down there at the Ritz-Carlton. But you go a steakhouse on there. But you can just go up, park it at West Ham, and go eat over there. And they have all the high end. So if you ever, even if you wanted to eat at a high end spot that's new every time, you can just try the different cuisines inside these different high end resorts. We got a bunch of them in Orlando. There's that, and then I found out that these places also have day passes.
What you mean? What's a day pass?
So you can go. You know how the resorts have the pool and the cabanas and all that. You can pay $200 and just get a day pass, and you get a 4 or 5 hour window. You can just go to there and use the amenities. Just go to the pool, order, drink. We at the poolside.
Now, would that be cheaper than getting one night?
Yeah, because the rooms are $300 a night, $600 a night.
Yeah, but if a day pass only gets you a 4-hour block, you might as well pay for the whole day.
Yeah, but let's say, for example, it's a first date or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's say for first date, you ain't got $600 a drop.
Yeah, first date, and you bring her to the hotel on a day pass. What happens when she want to give you them cheeks? You ain't got no room.
You can take her back home or be like, this is just a date. Either way, it's an extravagant date. If you're taking someone to a 5-star hotel and you having 5-star course meals, or you could be beachside,
Nigga,
take all the pictures. Think about it like going to these resorts off of the island, but just locally. Imagine that was just your date. That was just what you did for the evening, and you could go right back afterwards. You're like, oh, this shit's gonna be dope.
You know what kind of environment these niggas are dating in right now? For you to take a chick to a 5-star hotel.
I did not know that. I told my sister about that. My sister said, what? She said, these dudes out here ain't trying to spend at all.
No, I'm saying, like, you know how disrespected the chick would feel if you just get a day pass to
if you do that, you getting the cheeks.
Because you would think you getting the cheeks.
I don't know. It's two things. My sister talking about these dudes out here trying to do the most, not trying to pay. They out here overworking. Like, they'll tell you, hey, how about we go out on a date? They might say something like, let's say you want to say like a Dave and Buster or something, and they'll try to, I'm a little busy. How about we catch Starbucks tomorrow? We just catch breakfast or something like that. And she's like, nah, okay. And then how about we just go to a picnic or something? Dave niggas is really trying to keep that shit below, trying to be slick. Trying to make it seem like they're being romantic, but really not trying to spend no bread. These niggas out here is ruthless right now.
Hey,
because you have two different type of niggas out here. You got the ballers that ain't tricking if you got it. They done really fucked up the economy. So the local jokers is really tightening up their pockets, dog.
I don't know, bro. It's the culture of women breed what men.
Well, man, so you have two type of men. You got these new guys, these workers. These niggas like, man, I done went on too many days this week, and then too many lunch dates cost me too much. So they trying to be slick. They telling girls, let me take you on a picnic. Let's go to the beach. There's another one. I was like, those used to be dope, romantic. I said, nah, don't let these niggas trick you. Niggas ain't trying to spend no bread.
There's a different mindset with these women now. Romantic's not enough no more.
It's not niggas is just not getting slick to romantic because romantic is cheap. Niggas I thought it was romantic. I thought I was dope. Nigga bring up and like, nah, these guys is trying. You can get to that one first, but you gonna let's go to not even like a 5-star cuisine. Let's just say like a regular, like for example, like a Friday or something. These dudes ain't trying to do that.
There ain't no chick talking about Fridays.
Not Fridays, but I think she didn't say nothing extravagant because I'm talking about I'm doing these. So she's like, oh, that would been great. I was like, how about the day? She's like, trust me, guys is not sure. These guys out here is really trying to save.
Dave and Buster's is you spend what you want when you're there.
That's
so
what I thought.
It's these super expensive.
Hey man, these niggas out here is moving different. Especially if you're dating, it could be costly. Imagine if you're dating multiple girls, or you're trying to date and each of them is costing you bread. So maybe now between gas and everything else. Shit is rough. The regular guy ain't got it like that, huh? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It is crazy out here. So either way, my weekend was dope. The kids are back in school. And that's about it. We're getting ready to finalize the deal on the house. And that's it. How about you? What you been up to?
Let me see. This past week, it was been crazy. Like, one of our friends, mother passed away. One of my bridesmaids' mothers passed away. So
yeah, condolences.
We've been over there this past weekend, just keeping their spirits up and stuff like that. And of course, it was very unexpected. So it's always different when it's unexpected.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if that's better. I think it might. I don't know. I can't say it's better.
I don't think it's better.
It's not better. Yeah, because planning, you get to get that closure as you get into it, as opposed to the unexpected one.
Right. Yeah. So that's pretty much been my week, man. So that, and other than that, bro, I just been home chilling. What else did we do this week? I had to take one of my wife's nieces shopping for clothes for school because she's been here through the summer. Mm-hmm. So it was our duty to.
So she really came up then. Does she still get the clothes shopping money from her parents as well as?
No, she had to earn her money here while she's been taking care of the kid while I work up here. So.
Oh, okay. So
that's the money she earned. So,
but is she still gonna get? Because is she gonna get a bonus
from where?
Like her parent or anything?
Nah, they tell her you work for what you got, and that's what you got.
That's the age you got. Okay, she had that age. my oldest daughter, it was her birthday, so she asked me. I kept asking what she wants. So I just just send me the money and things. So I think I just PayPal'd her like $300, and then it was time to go school shopping, and she just gonna buy school clothes. I was like, that's so dumb. You should have just sit on the money, make your mom buy you clothes, then buy more. If you're gonna buy more clothes, do it that. You know what I'm saying? These kids don't got no hustle, bro.
Exactly.
That is not smart. And my wife's like, oh yeah, she want to buy school clothes. It's even better for me. I guess what really. She's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll buy my own clothes. Like, you idiot. She had to buy you clothes regardless. Just say you want an iPad or something with your $300. Even if you could refund it and then buy the clothes, you double down. I always thought that way when I was that young. It didn't make no sense to me that you just think I'm gonna get this money and then buy the clothes. That's less clothes.
Well,
So I was like, oh, I ain't got no damn sense, man. So,
that's what good kids do.
that's what
You just got good kids that ain't trying to abuse their parents.
They ain't got that heart, they ain't got that dog in them, dog. Yeah. Back when I was there, we was trying to get it any kind of which way, dog. I remember when they came out with the 2 for $89 Reeboks, that was a game changer. So my mom at least give me, you know what I'm saying, 2 pairs or 4 pairs, you know what I'm saying? As long as you had a set budget, you could come back with 2 pairs, 4 pairs of shoes, you're golden.
Yeah, it was 2 for $89. It was like, whatever she gives me, I'm not spending that on shoes because I could go buy my own shoes.
Exactly. So I was able to, you know what I'm saying, have a bit more in there. So these kids don't know how good they got it there.
But hey, that was my weekend. It was a crazy weekend. Niggas been exhausted. So
okay.
Other than that, nothing much, bro. Just, same old with me. All right, let's see. What you want to jump into first? Politics? I guess we might as well jump into big ticket politics this week.
All right, politics. That was what we're covering 2 weeks worth. So we just had Biden retesting positive for COVID again after being a triple boost and everything else. Triple boost, double vaxxed, whatever it is. And he had caught COVID the second time already. Don't be surprised if Biden catches it a third time.
Yeah, bro.
The way he's got on the road.
Third time might be the charm.
Get your boy out of here.
Get that boy out of here.
Biden is, he's trying to keep things together in America, but, got the lowest approval rating by any sitting president. It's hard, man. It's hard. Biden.
It's going to be hard for any president following Trump, bro.
To get a low approval rating?
Yeah, because the time we're in, bro.
Yeah, things are but it's Biden's worse, man. Because if you at least cared for your base, you get the love. See, Democrats hate Trump every bit as much Republicans hate Biden. But Republicans love Trump because he gave this base some red meat. What the fuck did Biden do for his base? So it's easy for both sides to not fuck with you. The people that already not gonna fuck with you, and the people that want stuff from you still ain't doing shit from, they also not gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So Biden, I can see how he has a lower approval rating than Trump or any sitting president. Because
I pretty much checked out of fucking politics since Biden been in office.
Exactly. You see, because ain't shit coming your way.
Politics is trash.
Biden, I don't know, man. I like I don't see any Democratic candidate that I'm looking for. I'm probably have to check the R box straight down the ballot this year. It'll be my first time voting Republican, but I'm most likely going that way. Because,
we gotta flip this shit.
We gotta flip this shit, y'all.
This Democratic shit is for the
birds.
Birds, bro.
Yeah, so this might be my first go around. And my thing has always been, if I'm doing good, I'm still gonna vote with my people. The way these Republicans be riling up these racists and stuff like that, I can't have it. And fuck it, I gotta rock with my people. I'm voting Democrats regardless. But you know what? A little bit of racism. Shit wasn't as bad when there a little bit of racism.
Are Democrats still people though?
I felt like they were my people.
They say they are, but they don't do shit for us.
Exactly. I felt like they were my people because at least at the very end, they weren't trying to say, go back to your country. They weren't making it hard for people to get in. But really, all they're doing is trying to grow their base as much as possible, which is while neglecting everyone in that base because you serving too many people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? The only people that have any power, it seems, over the Democratic base are the Rainbow Coalition. And that I don't really see any push or anything else. I don't really see anything else Democrats adopt new language. They won't call women women anymore. Mothers we call them birthing persons and shit like that.
People that can birth.
Yeah, people that can birth and call Latin people Latinx. They adopt new language, all the make up shit all along, but can't get no policies on the books.
What does Latinx mean?
Because the word was originally Latino and the O ends with men, so they're saying to not put a masculine, to not put a, but like Latino means a woman. But if you say I'm a person, I'm a Latino or something, I guess by default, the Latin or Latino was just all encompassing. You know what I'm saying? And then you also, but if a woman,
but the O puts a masculine tone on it, that's in their language.
Exactly.
But we speak English, so if we say Latino means Hispanic descent, then
exactly, which is what it
means in English.
But in the case of political correct, and when we don't want to be gender norms and leave out the others, we're going to change it to Latinx.
Why just not say Latin?
Who knows? Because the Latin folks say we don't subscribe to that bullshit y'all on. Do not call us Latinx, and yet they keep pushing this Latinx shit. You know what I'm saying? You ask them, they're like, I don't know what the fuck these Democrats talking about. We do not subscribe to this Latinx shit. But Democrats are always heavy on that gender politics or identity politics, trying to get people to segregate. But that shit, just, like you said, that's one of the biggest voting blocks that they're losing is a lot of Hispanics are switching over. Like, hold on, y'all lost me with this whole gender shit. They're voting, a lot of them switching over to the Republican side. Shit is getting spicy, though. Shit is definitely getting spicy. Between that and the diaspora wars, I'm seeing a lot of black-born Americans against immigration. So you got that. You got a lot of Latinos or Latinxs as Democrats.
What's name started that bullshit?
Tariq Nasheed.
Nasheed.
Yeah, a lot of them was against immigration.
Talking
and
about fundamental black. Some bullshit.
Yeah, fundamental black Americans. They're not with the Caribbeans. They're not with the they're not with the Africans. They feel like black Americans first. We need that. You know what I'm saying? Which I give them props, but I'm not. Black Americans need their own thing. I'm not sure why they be against immigration, but they does undercut what they're doing. But to me, that's like fighting for last place. You know what I'm saying? Any group that's fighting against a new minimum class coming in and they don't have a union, all you're doing is saying, hey, it's like fighting to be sharecroppers. But you don't have any union, so what difference if you're on the show? They're not giving you raises. You're still at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? If you had a union, I understand like the Irish or shit like that, then they lock down the police department, I have different stuff, or the firefighter department, different groups had a certain thing. They have a union, so now they have a minimum you're going to pay. You can only hire within this group. They have a structure. But trying to lock out black Caribbeans or immigrants in general when you don't have no union, no structure, just so you can work. So that means these people that are coming from countries where they speak no language are either out working or working below. You want to work for those wages? That shit looks wild to me.
I don't know what's going on with these fundamental blacks.
It's just a way. That's just the way that I look at it. I don't blame them for being. And again, it doesn't make any sense to be against immigration. You need to look at these employers. So are they allowed to hire illegals or anything like that? Maybe that's the American system. They always make you look at your coworker than the actual motherfucker that's fucking you over. What else do we have in politics? Your boy Biden also extended the PPE investigation period. It was meant for 2 years.
I thought he extended it for for 2 years.
No, it was meant for 2 years. It was a 2-year period. He extended it to 10 years. The play was ready. Was ready smooth.
So when
the motherfuckers wrote up the play, they knew the scam was gonna go, and this shit was supposed to be, we gonna get one good scam off in America, and we gonna say, what we gonna do about it? The time's up. It's a wrap. This motherfucker extended to 10 years.
So what is the 10 years? What are they, like, the money you got from them, you're supposed to steal?
Nigga, if they're gonna have her, you going to jail. The scam has always been, you better have my money. At any scam you do, you better have the money when they come for it, at the very least.
So they want the money back, or do they
Nigga, you already know there's gonna
it was used for whatever.
If it was used legit, then you ain't going to jail. But they when they catch you, at the very least have their money. That's for leniency's sake. That's for leniency.
I don't see what they're going to investigate after a few certain amount of years, because if they gave you the money and you used it towards a business,
then you're legit.
But it's extended for 10 years, so you should be able to catch those people in the first 2 years.
Here's the thing. It's not there was so much people. Remember, most of that PPP, a lot of it, I think like a good 50% of it went to fraudulent, fake businesses and other. But people are just saying, chalk it up, it is what it is.
Okay, so say I put that shit into a fake business and now I tell you the business failed.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do?
They're going to audit your own employees. They're going to make sure that, it's going to be a bit harder, but they just want to, there's some motherfuckers that didn't do it proper at all. The people that did it real sloppy. They just created an LLC, got the money, and they close their shit out. And when they come and audit you, most people going, people are afraid. Most people going to fold. So they're going to make that money back plus interest. A lot of people going to end up owing the government. It was just a loan in a sense. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to end up owing, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna probably, I don't see them locking everybody because there's too much motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? People have different theories. Somebody said, dog, this is just a new dope game, dog. They let all these, as they're starting to relax on certain drugs, they need a different group of inmates to go in. So they tossed out the candy and they're going to rope up all these other motherfuckers on the way out. Who's to say? But Biden, I was like, Biden really fucked up the play out here because these motherfuckers that wrote the play, you think these guys didn't know? The legislators wrote the rule that gave out an enormous amount of money and made it where you can only investigate it for 2 years. Nigga, this is how they wanted it. Let the shit rock. You ain't out here cutting student loans. You ain't out here giving any more checks. You out here just giving Ukraine money, but you out here investigating this old shit. We still on this old shit.
Fucking sending, I think they're
$6 billion, to Ukraine
to keep Ukraine's government running and shit like that. Another $4.1 billion.
Yeah, this shit is nuts. This shit is nuts. I like, bruh, why we chasing old money while you cutting out checks for new money and you still haven't done anything about the student loans and you still, you know what I'm saying? There's shit that he promised that he hasn't done, but you out here talking about. He said the American people want to know, they deserve to know what happened to them. Listen, they didn't want to know. American people ain't worried about that damn money. That money gone.
Nobody give a fuck about that money.
Yeah, that money gone. They want to know what you can do. Can you cut off a student loan? I'm sure you can't cut new checks if your inflation go higher, but get rid of certain debt. You ain't address. You acting like that shit. You ran on that, and you acting like that shit did not even happen. You just keep ignoring it, and you passing policies that nobody give a damn about. You know what I'm saying? He passing shit like the infrastructure bill is supposed to be great. Shit passed, but nothing happens. No money's released. No checks are cut. This shit is nuts, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why Biden, I said the approval rating is crazy. Because I really don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. And niggas just going to blame it on COVID. I caught COVID.
I caught COVID 3 times, guys. What you want from me? Yeah. So, yeah. A lot of folks online were laughing. Told y'all going and celebrating. I think Charlamagne gave people donkey of the day who went after it. His excuse was saying that there was a lot of business owners that wanted it that couldn't get it because of PPE scammers, which I call bullshit because
if you wanted, you could have got the shit.
If you wanted to get it, it's like
you lazy ass didn't do the fucking paperwork.
Exactly. All this, any government stuff requires a couple hurdles, a couple reading. You'd be surprised. The people that make the most money, and anytime there's government's proceeds, is the person that read it and they just filing for everyone else. Because most people don't want to do the reading and the paperwork.
Exactly. So.
You know what I'm saying? When I be thinking a lot of people's excuse for not going to college in America saying that it costs too much money when there's grants and financial aid out there. Majority of motherfuckers just they don't qualify, which makes sense, or they just didn't know. And what you don't know, don't say it wasn't there. It's because you just didn't know. You didn't do the due diligence. Or you weren't willing to pay someone to do the diligence for you. But don't sit there and act like the money was not there when any Sam, Dick, or Harry had access to the money. You sat there, watched 10 people go ahead of you, and now you want to say, now you tried. The money has its time limits. You know what I'm saying? When that shit's out, it's out. They're like, hey, we cutting this check, no red tape. Everyone, once the shit's done, it runs out. That's how they did it. The scammers didn't cut in line. The legit people didn't go line. They just got in line. You ain't get in line. How you gonna complain? Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. That's when I get. Ain't no such thing for. Yeah, but now you said that you couldn't get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't think they ain't gonna arrest nobody, bro.
But I'm just saying, the arrest is the least of them. Have these people money when they come asking for it. If you know you're doing some grimy shit, at the very least, they gonna want that much. So a lot of people gonna probably have future income tax taken away. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I'm pretty sure they're going to make some of that money back. What else do we have in politics?
You got the FBI gives Trump the 2024 elections.
They just handed it to him?
They just handed it to him, bro. You don't,
bull rap.
So Mar-a-Lago gets raided. FBI runs through Trump shit looking for documents that I guess he wasn't supposed to keep or something.
Yeah,
like that
he has shit that's supposed to National Archives, secret documents he's supposed to give back. They've been asking her for almost 2 years now. He just keeps ignoring. And I think someone said that he just had like a tournament down there and some Saudi princes on there. So either someone tipped him off saying there's access to information that these people ain't supposed to be having that he still has on there that could be national threat. So they said, that was the green light they needed. They said, we got to go out there and get that shit from these hints.
Who's breaking into Trump's house to steal these documents?
It's and then that he's breaking them. The government, safe. He could be, you trade the information for access or for money for a different play. You give him different access. You know what I'm saying? It's just different leverage. But man, he has access to it, to seeing it, but having the, motherfuckers, you know how it is. People ain't just paying you off for hearsay, nigga. We need to see that paperwork.
How you let someone be the president and you're fearful that he's going to trade American secrets?
This is Trump we're talking about.
Yeah, but that nigga Ben had access to them shits.
He do.
Ben sold them shits. He would have did that shit when he was in the White House if he was gonna do it.
Here's the issue: leave it at the White House.
But that's the thing.
If it's like, imagine it's like a 2 dictionaries full. They're like, yeah, you want to come see it? Come to the White House. It's available to you anytime you want. You don't get to take the 2 dictionaries home.
That's the difference, though. Trump wasn't living in the fucking White House.
But that's why they said when you've been out the White House how long now? Almost 2 years. Bring us our shit back, and you keep refusing. We gotta go get the shit. I don't blame him for going to get it. Trump out here been doing some wild shit.
They're saying it's like, what's the shit called?
Archives? I mean,
not archives, but
the records of people coming and going.
No, the shit. What is this shit fucking called, bro? I don't know what the shit is called. I guess, what's the documents when you're not supposed to? They're
classified.
Classified documents. Yeah. There we go. Fucking classified. Slipped my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Classified documents. So, but there's a lot of documents that presidents keep while after being in the White House. It's not like this is something new.
What he's doing is unprecedented. There's some stuff that you can keep, and there's stuff that we're saying, and presidents can't keep classified. There's stuff that are classified that they have access to. They don't just allow presidents to just willy-nilly stuff. President can choose to still get daily that war briefing that they have. A president can still get that even after he's president. You can sign up for that, and every time there's a war briefing, they fly you in or they give you on the phone call. You can stay patched in even after you're president. You can have that. But even when Trump was president, they said he'd never go to the fucking war briefings. He would send someone else there for him, and that person gives him the rundown like, that's just too boring. Like, he don't have the attention span for it. The rumor is he's a heavy Adderall head. He don't take no liquor. He don't drink, but he's heavy on the Adderall. That's why he's always fidgety. You know what I'm saying? But he has very low attention span. He's not with that boring shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, give me the PowerPoints, get me up out of here. Give me the Cliff Notes, and I gotta go, man. I got shit to do. So he's one of those. So, but you can't take this. You know what I'm saying? You can't take this shit with you for national security purposes. Biden says he didn't know nothing about it, but if you didn't know nothing about it, you definitely listed it. I think that they know. I don't know if it's the Republicans that did it or the Democrats, because Trump is too powerful. That's the issue. So maybe they want to sully up his name that he can't rerun. I can see the Republicans doing it because they just need him to not be in it because they need DeSantis to come in. And I can see the Democrats want him to just trying to get him a little bit more dirty, so maybe he'll step out, because at least if he loses against DeSantis, shit can still go back to normal. If Trump runs again, there's no saying he's going to get out of office, bro. He might just say, look, I'm old anyways. Let me just rock out to this bitch till I die. And what would we do? Who's to say he's not capable of doing that?
If this investigation or if this FBI raid brings nothing.
Which is probably not. If you let the media give it to you, if the media tell you it's going to bring something, chances are, what I've learned from everything they told about Trump right now, it's probably going to bring nothing.
If nothing comes out of this fucking raid, Trump is going to win 2024 election. If he runs.
Yeah, unless they actually got him on some shit, or, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of, I know the system in itself does not want Trump back and running.
But how does America look? America looks crazy to the world when your former president is getting raided by your FBI.
Yeah, and it also looks crazy when your president doesn't want to step down when he loses an election and calls for a fucking run. He got us in new territory.
That don't look as crazy as
the raid,
the government going against your former president. Because fucking shit like the insurrection and all that shit happens like that all over the world all the time.
Yeah, but that's not supposed to happen here. That's what leads the door to this shit. So that's what they're saying. So people are saying, so now you're using the FBI to your own favor. They're like, what happens when we get in power? We're going to use the FBI to our own favor. Now we're a full banana republic. Each time a president comes, he sends out his own neo-Nazi, sends out his own group of forces, knock over his opponents, lock niggas up in gulags, and then after a while, he might say, yeah, I think I'm never going to get out of office. Shit could turn into a slippery slope at any time. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's why we used to have decorum. You lose, you get the fuck out. And afterwards, we that's the one thing Democrats been lying to us for a long time. They made it seem like George Bush was going to go to jail.
For what? For
the war crimes, for lying about 9/11. We thought when Obama got in office, oh yeah, it's over for y'all niggas. But that's the thing, the public, that's what our system been doing. We act like we're going to hold the last administration in trouble. And then when they get in there, we act like, we're just going to move on. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. You step down clean, and nigga, your slate is clean. It don't matter. Dick Cheney got us 2 world wars. We just ignore what the fuck you doing in there. Same thing. So it's supposed to go like that. But you got to step down clean. Trump did not step down. And now it's looking like we're using our own forces against him. What happens when he gets back in office? Is he going to be as petty? You got other people that they have no control over, like the DA in New York over here got Trump on RICO charges and shit like that. All that. You got a bunch of fucking people coming up here like, I'm a sitting president on top of bullshit. This shit is unprecedented. So what happens when he gets in power? What's he gonna do?
Yeah, if Trump get in power, them motherfuckers in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So people
and they know this too, because they don't want him to even announce that he's might run for 2024.
Exactly. So
them motherfuckers is scared.
Someone as vindictive as him, shit could turn America real crazy, because it's supposed to be. I'm saying it's supposed to be fair, but even when Trump was in office, you had people that thought he was unfit, that was doing illegal shit like recording him and shit like that. Like the whole Russia thing that we found out was a hoax is because certain people felt like he was compromised, so they're going out the way and reporting, but they didn't have the proper proof. But the media played it up the whole time, had half of us believing this guy might have been compromised, and like that's some bullshit. See, this is what happens when both sides start playing it fast and loose. Shit gets out of hand real quick.
Yeah, then I don't think nothing's. What you think? Something's coming out of this FBI raid?
I don't think. The best case scenario is that Trump just doesn't announce, and they either shook him and he's good. But if he stands firm, it don't matter if something came out. It's not going to come out in time, because Trump's a billionaire. I already knew Trump's not going to spend a day in jail. Whatever, he got enough money for bond to stay out. Whatever crime he's did, Trump's never going to jail. So even if something's coming up, if he decides he's running, the time, when you're president, any prosecutions you're facing gets pushed back until you're done. Because remember, he had rape allegations shit while he was president. All those shits had to wait till after they get frozen. Then it's not like the window isn't closed, like it just freezes it. They're allowed to what's them. So every charge, he can just freeze all those shits up until he gets out of office again. And the shit is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? The I don't know. They might. I got to see how it plays out. I definitely got to see how it plays out. Democrats out here, look, I don't know if they really got an answer for that. What else do we have? I think that was it in politics, right?
Yeah, that was it for politics. Last week in hip hop, we had your girl Khalees upset with Beyonce sampling her music without reaching out to her. And I thought that was strange, because why am I reaching out to you when you can't give me a yes or a no?
Yeah.
You can't give me a no. You can't give me a yes or no. So exactly. If I reach out to you to sample some music, you can't say yes and I can do it and not be penalized for it.
Exactly. If you say no, I can still go without you. I can still go without you.
If you say no, it means nothing. So why do I need to reach out to you?
Yeah, Khalees had a Twitter up in a little spaz a little bit. People talk about it's kind of messed up from woman to woman. Artist, you there. There's no woman to woman, artist. It's a business. Beyonce didn't make that beat. Pharrell brings her a beat, has a sample on it. She's like, perfect fine. How the fuck am I supposed to know it has Khalees on there?
Well, I'm pretty sure she knew.
Even if I do know, I don't make the beats. You brought me the beat, and I'm singing on it.
And I don't have to. Why would I go to someone that I don't have to get clearance from?
It's not even that. My label does all the clearance. If this shit checks out, it checks out. I don't have to call you directly. Hopefully you own it, but you didn't own it. The guy who made the beat owns it, and he Pharrell, he owned her masters, and he put it on there. That's it. It's just people crying over shit that is not theirs. Same thing that happened when Uncle Luke was complaining, talking about, oh, French Montana should have at least called them for Pop that, this, that. French said, nigga, I paid who I was supposed to pay. The people that own the masters tour. What do you want me to do? I ain't got to check it whatever. What the fuck you want me to do? You sold that shit years ago. People want to have both ways. People want to cash out and then still have permission.
Here saying what the fuck happens with the music. Like, you don't own this shit.
That ain't how I go. I don't get to sell my house and then still go and tell the next people, hey, you check in with me before you put in that topiary grass up front or anything like that.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, Khalees is tripping. That make no damn sense. Had your paperwork right, and then you don't have to worry about no checking in or anything like that. Simple as that. This shit is nuts, though.
Well, staying on Beyonce news, I guess.
What'd you think of that album?
When I first listened to it, my first go around, I was like, this album's mid.
Mm-hmm.
It's mid. It wasn't nothing that I was what's name. I was like,
let me tell you how much of a chokehold Beyonce has in the culture. Because Drake dropped almost an identical album like a month before, and motherfuckers are like, this shit is trash, this dance music bullshit. Beyonce drops it, other people are like, oh, this is the greatest shit ever.
But,
I like, y'all motherfuckers is full of shit, bro.
Nah, I don't think so. Because it's two different artists.
It's both dance music. They both, that ain't their genre. Neither of them that's a genre.
Beyonce dances, though.
But
you ever see Drake dance?
You don't have to dance to make dance music. It's just bullshit. They both
It's the messenger, bro. You rather get that message from Beyonce than Drake.
Listen, dance music in itself is Vogue, all that shit. All of it's fun, have fun music. There is no trash in dance music. So for them to lie and say Drake shit was trash, I'm like, give me a fucking break. You know what I'm saying? The same way y'all acting like Beyonce is the greatest, like, give me a break. It's dance music. There's no great. There's no trash. It's feel good, upward music. There's no trash in dance music.
The moment you realize I realized Beyonce have a chokehold on the game, right? It's when her fucking album gets leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Album gets leaked, and they make a whole big deal about it. Oh, if you're part of the Beehive, you have to wait for the album. You can't go listen to it because of the leaked version. I'm like, bro, fuck is you talking about? They
giving you rules, huh?
Giving you rules to leak music. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? If that shit came across my shit, I'm listening to
I have
the
no
shit.
Right. That's it.
It's not like she's gonna lose money from me listening to it because all we do is stream music on services anyway. It's not like you're not gonna listen to it after that.
Exactly.
You're just gonna go to Apple Music and listen to it there then. But
that shit is nuts though.
They had a whole big press conference about not listening to the leaked album if you're a Beehive member and shit like that. I'm like, y'all bugging.
There was some white lady that asked, can someone explain to me why is there 20 writers credited in this Beyonce track? In The Weeknd, you know, who not The Weeknd, The Dream, who's a writer for Beyonce a lot of time. Like, well, if you would have stayed out of black people's business, then he said for two, if you would have known we like the sampling as a part of our way, stumbling back from hip hop, we always do that. So that might, if you need to know. And the lady even said it, Julie's like, well, excuse me, I didn't know. I was just asking, why is there 20 writers credited on one song?
Fuck, mind your business.
That's
bitch.
how he like. That's how he went off on it. It's like Jesus Christ. You know,
this is white people too nosy, bro.
Because she's wondering why is Khalees complaining and why is there 20 people on there? And you're like, if you need to know, even Khalees didn't write all of this shit. This is some of Khalees' old squad that wrote in it. Them writers, these new writers, these producers, all this shit is all the
people
same.
just giving credit to where credit is due. Fuck you worrying about it for?
Yeah, they went off on it. That shit was hilarious.
All right, Beyonce gets backlash for using the word spaz in one of her lyrics. I guess it's from London or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So the handicapped community is mad that she uses the word spaz on one of the fucking tracks.
And then she went out and took it off.
Which is fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, we're no longer allowed to use words that have definitions in the proper context.
Listen, This was another reason you got to vote Republican because
I looked up spaz in the dictionary, and that shit means like an outburst.
Yeah,
and that's all, and that's how she used it in the context. And the handicapped people are mad because
the handicapped people aren't mad. Trust me.
Whoever it is,
motherfuckers that advocate, just like they say, retarded is. Retarded is now a derogatory term.
Exactly, I know.
I like retarded people don't know retarded is a derogatory term. Get the fuck out of here. It's people that know retarded folks that felt as insulting, and they did it.
So why would spaz be considered derogatory now?
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? If that shit is crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you don't have to be handicapped to spaz, to have an arm spasm or something shit like that.
The fact that she took it off, the fact that this woke culture, that this over politicizing, everybody always gonna look for a reason to be angry. This is why we need to have at least 2 consecutive years of Republicans flush this Twinkie toe shit out the system, get it out the system for a little bit.
Eventually, it's gonna go to a point where you're not allowed to say woman no more, man.
But you're gonna be allowed to say. You're gonna be allowed to say nigga all day long. You're gonna be allowed to insult black folks as much as you want. But the people you ain't gonna allow to be insulted, you know how it goes. The second that the baby had to apologize and shit like that, we knew this was happening. Motherfuckers are monitoring our language, this, that, and the third. You have to apologize for certain stuff. But you could talk about a derogatory, say anything you want about your own culture. Don't give a fuck about it, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things. The shit is crazy. She shouldn't have took it out, but it sets a precedent.
Yeah, if you have to make Beyonce go change a lyric, that's some.
But she didn't want no trouble. She's like, they ain't nothing. We'll just take that off. This ain't the hill we about to die on. Like fuck
Khalees
that.
Shit. Khalees was complaining a little too much. She just took that shit right off.
Yeah,
and that shit didn't do nothing.
It didn't. But I wouldn't have fucking took it off because for us still got paid regardless. And she's out here talking about it's not fair. She said, I could sit there and hype you be on, but as an artist, she could have called me. She knows, and I'm like, ain't nobody gonna fucking call you. Get the fuck out of here.
It's not like you was gonna make money off of it.
You know what I love the most though? The irony of this is that homegirl, what's her name? Eliza Banks. What's her name? The
crazy black chick.
Yeah.
Something Banks.
Azalea Banks. Azalea Banks makes dance music and can't get no recognition. Beyonce out here drop an album. It takes all the flame for doing all that flaming music, though. Right in your lane. Be like, I'm up in your avenue. That's whose record she should have sampled. She should have got something from Azalea Banks. Really fuck up Azalea Banks' day.
You trying to push Azalea Banks to suicide?
Yeah. Get her on the brink. What else do we have?
We was in hip hop, so we could stick to hip hop.
Your boy Mystikal.
Mystikal goes back to jail. This time it's for forcible rape. What kind of rape is it? What kind of rape is it?
It was a couple of charges. It was held force, basically like kidnapping, force without leaving, rape. It was a slew of charges. I hate it had to be Mystikal, though. One of my favorite artists is growing up.
It comes to a point in time.
Nope, I'm not going to say that.
You're just going to have to say, listen, this nigga is...
Nah, I'm not going to say that.
He's mentally challenged. He likes to rape people.
Listen, I'm not going to say that. Because
this is not the first time.
Okay, this is why everything matters. Mystikal's first charge, his hairstylist is someone who's stealing from him. He was about to go tell on her, and she pled nah. He said, all right, then you gotta get right. You gonna give me this money? You know what I'm saying? She said, no. He said, all right, then I'm gonna have to tell you. He said, if not, all right, you know what? I'll concede. You let me and the team run through it. She said, all right. He recorded it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She got the tape, went to the police, and they hit him with that aggravated assault because it was blackmail.
And now this one.
You know what I'm saying? So the first one wasn't that he forced himself on her. He blackmailed her.
He gave her an option.
He gave her the option. She did this blackmail. And he wasn't supposed to get no time. The judge found him guilty. He was supposed to give him time. The judge said he was going to look at the tape. But the judge decided to look at the tape. And I don't know. Maybe that's the part we don't know. Because maybe on the tape, maybe she was crying. And maybe that's a little part. Maybe that's where he's wild. Like, bro, how you even still follow through with it if she crying and shit?
You don't see that all this nigga's behavior or bad behavior revolves around sex.
Listen, but then, so he gets out of that. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? What's the name? So he's been fine. The second time he get arrested, he's knocking up a groupie. You know what I'm saying? Girl's boyfriend comes around. She claims that he raped her. The girl's own friend came out and said, this girl did not get raped. She don't want her man to find out she's fucking lying. That's why that shit even got dropped. No charge. Shit was dropped.
That was the second one?
That was the second one.
Current one.
That was the second one. And now you have this current one. Here's the thing what happens sometimes when you're a celebrity.
3 times, bro?
Sometimes when you're a celebrity, once you're painted in a certain corner, you know they come for you. It could be a shakedown. It could be whatever.
What's this third? How is this third? How did this
I don't know how the third one go, but once you're already painted, it's like the Chris Brown thing. Chris Brown has the one incident with Rihanna, and everyone he encountered with was either, let's call the police. Like, remember the white girl talking about he assaulted me? If it wasn't for Chris Brown releasing the footage of his video inside of his apartment, like, I did not touch this girl, and he was selling the shirts that bitch line, and he wasn't him. And that's what happened. When him and Karuchi broke up, she's like, okay, I just want to break up with him. But people try to play this seem like he was assaulting her. So sometimes when you're painted a certain light, especially you're a celebrity, it's easy to keep you in that demographic, dog. It's the same reason why once an artist fucks up, you're like, God damn, this nigga can't ever not get in jail.
So now he's
painting, that nigga needs to leave America. You painting that rapist light, you can get the fuck out of here. Because how can you win? Because Mystikal ain't out here fucking with no young girls. He's doing old school No Limit reunion concerts. These are grown women who know Mystikal going back to his room, and now they still like, come on, now I'm Mystikal and you're the raper. Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, you giving them a little too much West End, bro.
Give it a little too much. The man right here. Give it. Listen, sometimes a lot of these stuff could be shakedowns. Like I said, hey, we did it. I need you to come up with that 25,000, or else I'm gonna claim this rape. And Mystikal ain't getting shows like that. He probably like, nah, bitch, I ain't got it. But this is gonna be now. You can see why motherfucker gonna take the shakedown. Fuck it, man. I gotta pay it, or else you have to go and vindicate yourself all over again. What would you do if you're him? You didn't do it, or you have to go through court and do this shit all over again?
What would I wouldn't do anything, bro. I wouldn't rape nobody.
Yeah, but if he did not,
that's all Mystikal has to stop doing.
Oh, that's wild.
That's all he got to stop doing.
Listen, Mystikal had
stop forcing sex when you get into a situation.
Listen, Mystikal.
Why does sex automatically come to this nigga head every time he gets into a bad situation?
Mystikal had the one rape charge, which was technically not rape. It was blackmail. That's it. So for him to tie down the rape
blackmail with sex, including sex, equals rape, bro.
Yeah, technically, sure, but it's not forcible. Get down. Listen, how do you blackmail someone to give you sex?
It is forcible. If you don't,
how do you blackmail someone to give you sex?
Listen, you don't have 25,000.
Okay, so the thief caught you. Don't caught the thief.
Okay,
you doled out some.
The thief don't have the 25,000,
and you doled out some cruel and unusual punishment.
And you forcing her to either pay you 25,000 when she doesn't have.
Or let the team run a train.
Let the team run a train. That is rape, bro.
I can't say by law you're right. I can't say it's not. It was aggravated assault, sexual assault.
You don't know what was on that tape. Niggas might have been doing her dirty.
I don't know. That's the truth, because I know he said he was supposed to get a lighter sentence, and the judge said he was going to look at the tape. But right before the sentencing, judge went back and looked at the tape. Maybe he seen one too many tears. Maybe like, man, I could tell she ain't even enjoy it, bro. You got to go to down. But he gave the Mystikal the 8. But Mystikal didn't have no. This is a guy who's a number one celebrity for years and have no issue. I refuse to also believe, like, it's just common sense. We're in entertainment. This was like, let's say one in 15 or 30 million people even make it to that level. Mm-hmm. And out of some reason, there's a whole coalition of these motherfuckers all rapists. What are the odds? How the motherfucker that can get all the girls thrown at them, this, that, and the third, is always the same motherfucker that's raping?
Maybe.
But you could go around the hood, you can barely find the rapist.
Maybe there's just
Is that the gene?
Maybe there's a link to being super talented
and then raping. And rape. But only in men, though. You see? This shit is bullshit. Don't get me wrong. There's some motherfuckers that are entitled that get to the point they get power. But we cannot act like a lot of this shit is not a shakedown.
There's a thin line between crazy and genius.
Listen, man.
And rape is kind of crazy.
I would say that.
So
listen, all I'm saying, let's not act like there's not a lot of a shakedown. We done seen that Gloria was the thought lawyer that comes around. These are the cases that we even hear about. Let's not even speak on the cases that don't even make the light of day. That don't even see the light of day because these motherfuckers pay to just get that shit go away.
A philosopher once said, if a man don't have $40,000 in his bank account. He shouldn't be having sex.
So you can pay that, yeah.
Hey, well, that shakedown, that's that
$40,000. You
$40,000.
gotta have that shakedown
You
bread.
gotta have that shakedown money. If you're a celebrity and you want to bust down everything walking.
I mean, it's getting crazy. Motherfuckers is busting down. People thought they were slick. T.I. thought he was ahead of the game. So I'm taking my wife with me to knock down these bitches. Nigga, y'all ain't got nothing on me. Now they trying to take down T.I. and his wife. I like, give me a... Now we done caught gangs of rapists. Come on now. This shit's getting out of fucking hand.
It's called bad behavior, bro.
This shit's getting out of hand.
We gotta rid this bad behavior.
Listen, I'm all for actual victims getting their thing, but we cannot allow people to just keep abusing the system.
We can't allow people to keep abusing people either.
I can't say they're abusing people.
Mystikal happened to be abusing people, bro.
He did abuse a person. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But remember, Mystikal is the only rapper with rape. I'll give you that. So that's why it's painted to that corner. But all the other rest, how come? Yeah, why do you think all the rest don't get the sexual assault charges? Oh, you hear this allegation
Kodak got one.
Yeah, and it goes away. Why you think all of it's a shake? So all these rappers just going out raping people. Like, get the fuck out of here. Girls throwing themselves at them, shit goes sideways. The girls cry one way different, and it's not. It's a crazy dynamic.
I just can't put nothing past anybody, bro.
Man, I'm just saying it's wild out here. It's definitely wild. If you're these artists, you're gonna have to keep it international at the very least. But either way, yeah, Mystikal, he's paying into a corner. I could see him beating this case again.
Is he still in jail? Or he posted bond?
I'm not sure, but he probably gonna post bond. But this is gonna keep each time this happens. I could guarantee you, it's gonna either keep happening or he's just gonna have to stop touring. Do what it's saying. This is his bread and butter.
He's just gonna have to stop having sex, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit is nuts. What else do we have?
We had the Fabio deal with Mase, or Fabio on what's the shit called? What the podcast is? $1 million worth of games.
Yeah.
Telling the world that Mase gave him $5,000 for a record deal, and he's still under contract. And
Yep.
Everybody was looking at Mase kind of crazy, so Mase came out of hiding.
This is true. Mase came out of the woodworks and
brought his receipts.
Yep, vindicated, cleared his name though, letting know people he didn't just get $5,000 just to hold him so the nigga don't fuck up the deal. While he went back and got him the real deal, gave them $750,000. And gave them back. They didn't keep none of his masters or anything like that. Gave them back his other share. Made shit was lovely. You're like, got himself a nice little distribution deal, partnership. You're like, nigga, make shit was right. And you're like, so explain that part. You're like, don't just say I gave you $5,000 to make it seem like I ripped you off. And he provided proof by calling the A&R, so the label did all that. Like, this man Fabio looking real fragrant out here.
Yeah, did he even respond after Mase came out?
Of course not. Then he had the footage of Fabio saying, a recording of Fabio saying, I'm with Mase right now, this nigga's with me, I don't know what these other things. So he even got Fabio selling out the niggas who he's with now on the audio. That shit looked real crazy. Yeah. Mase cleared his name. It was a good week for Mase because following that interview, you see them actually, because he gave Cam a lot of props in that interview.
Well, he said Cam, that was his dude.
He said that was his dude. And people keep saying, because people are saying, how the fuck you going to say Puff did you dirty when you were doing that to 5? He was like, that's what y'all don't understand. He was like, all that work I was doing, all the shit I was writing, I was not getting the credits for it. I was not the thing. So even though I had no problem being the front man and standing up. He was like, when I first went out on tour, he was like, you're supposed to go on a promotional tour. You know what I'm saying? You do a couple opening dates, or you go out, do clubs, do merch, build up your rep. But they were going on a Bad Boy tour, and they just had me as a headliner. So I was not getting paid. They put that as my promotional tour. So after 3-4 shows, they're like, man, I ain't even getting paid. But to the world, they're like, this nigga here opening every night. He got to be getting that back. He's like, so to everyone else, it looked that way. Even bread, to Mason, them, you're like, but I didn't have the bread. Y'all niggas thought I had the bread, and y'all thought I was acting funky with the bread, but I didn't have the bread. And by the time y'all came out y'all mouths, we were enemies, so I had to just duck off on y'all niggas. I ain't fuck with y'all niggas out because y'all getting money, because y'all think I'm being funny with the money, but I didn't have the money.
Which makes a lot of sense.
It does make sense.
In hindsight.
Yeah.
But at the time, you could see why niggas would think you had the money. That nigga, you was the face of Bad Boy.
You're the face of Bad Boy. You looking at, And he was like, all these other niggas, and that's what it was. I seen a interview with the Locks. They're like, man, we always hated that signing suit shit. But Mase said, don't mind me, nigga. I'm just gonna get this money right quick. That was Mace's thing. Mase wanted to look. He was the face of basketball. He looked like the imprint. He came out there, put on the suit. You know what I'm saying? Mase was Drake before Drake, bro. This motherfucker was a star.
Yeah, he was. Mase was big.
And
pause.
Yeah, and he's probably, and the reason I think hip hop's hating the most is because he's the only artist we've seen get that big and literally walked away from it. And just backed out and just walked away from it. And then they had to make it seem like, which is the same thing that happened like Dave Chappelle. They had to make it seem like he's crazy or he went the church route. He's not really, and it don't help any better that the other niggas that don't like you is a group of niggas from your own hood that also fly. And they're like, man, we ain't on that Mase shit, nigga. This is real thuggish shit, the Harlem side of it. But they're like, he was on that shit, but he went the Diddy route to blow up. And then y'all over here saying, no, we ain't them signing shoots, nigga. Y'all over here downplaying what he did. And while y'all blew up, then they had the whole Harlem thing. They done blew up, got bigger and bigger. So you could see how shit over time. But during that interview, he didn't really shit on Cam. He was basically saying that was his boy. He didn't really know Jim. And he was them boys were really good at basketball before they got signed. And I can see how I set it up because even though he said I beat Cam in basketball. And they're like, well, Cam be like who they said with them boys beating basketball? Was it Chris Paul?
I have no idea.
It was crazy because them niggas really feel like they could be NBA players. So that shit blew my mind.
But you got to think, at that time, them niggas were ballers.
But NBA players, but I'm just shocked. They were ballers. They were playing at the Rutgers with all the other stuff.
No, those NBA players were their same age.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't believe
They might have been a little older than them NBA players. So, of course, like at the age that he was playing ball, he would beat a Chris Paul.
Listen, he said he couldn't. He said he could beat Cam. Because, he's beating Cam. But he said, would Cam beat Chris Paul? I said, okay, I'm going to smoke him. He's like, get the fuck out. He's like, listen. He's like,
not now.
He said, not now. He said, back then. He said, listen,
but
Cam's agility. He's the guy. So he was giving nothing but props to Cam. Like, this dude was a freak. How he played, how tall, how his speed, his agility. He like, nigga, we was like that back then. Then he like, Cam would destroy him. And I think maybe all the people probably, hey, Cam, you done heard this interview? This, that, and the third, he's bigging you up. I didn't know you, all that shit talking, you do claim that you're good at basketball. Here's another celebrity co-signing it. It makes you look even more legit. And this is someone that you actually had beef with for years who's still saying this. And then after that, you see like a couple of days later, he's actually on the phone with Cam. And this is like a reunion that's like 20 years in the making. You know what I'm saying? I guess they got straight, that's ego gets in the way after a while. So I guess it's good to see them too, clean it up.
Harlem back.
And I just seen today a video of Cam pulled back up on Harlem with a convertible pulling up on Jimmy and shit like that out there talking about, I don't even like the stunt anymore that was, because I let these young niggas have it, but every now and then I got to just pull up just to show you I still got it. He's like, this is the real 25-year run out here. You know what I'm saying? Cam's still just rich for no reason. Without the camera, it's just crazy. Yeah, he pulled up on Jimmy in Harlem. It's kind of wild that them boys still live in fucking New York and
I don't think they actually living in Harlem though. They might slide.
I don't know. Jimmy lived different, bro. Jimmy
He don't live in Harlem.
He has a Miami home.
Because he had the whole show with what's name? That house wasn't in Harlem.
He has the Miami home, but I think he's still Jimmy's still very much affiliated with the streets. And the industry and the street still the same. So them boys, you could literally still go to the hood in Harlem and them boys will still be out there. Jimmy at least. I'm sure Cam don't move like that anymore. Which is why I said Jimmy's just one day away before Rico wrapped his ass up in due time. But
they almost got him with the 6ix9ine shit.
We still don't know why they didn't get him. That's what we're saying. They almost got him. It doesn't make no sense why he's still even out. so Jimmy's another one, but they still live like that. So it's kind of a crazy type thing to see someone that rich still be around all that, but it's wild. But yeah, it's good to see them two come back together though. What else do we have in hip hop?
You got your light-skinned brother, Irv Gotti on Drink Champs, reminiscing about Ashanti and bashing Ashanti.
I seen clips of that. I felt good that I was like, why is he even back? But I forgot Irv Gotti just sold half of his masters for $300 million. So he
got a Murder Inc. documentary coming out.
So he got a Murder Inc. documentary, but you done secured $300 million off of old work. Come on, half. You only sold half. Mm-hmm. See, that's what Khalees wish you could do. Our dog only sold half.
But Khalees never had no masters
Exactly.
to sell.
He only sold half, got himself $300 million. He's still plenty rich out here. Ja Rule's still plenty rich because he still tours with Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't no broke boy. Boy's still out here, still doing shows, still trying to get his executive route on. He came out there, got a little saucy, and he thought he was going to give it to the world this time and let people know that he was a wounded dude, dog. Letting people know that, you know, how he was.
The funniest meme I saw about that shit was Irv Gotti on Drink Champs telling everyone how
Ashanti
he found out Ashanti was dating
Nelly
while watching basketball at home with his wife.
Yeah, I think it said not only that. It said that he said it's crazy. It's crazy how Irv Gotti had to find out Ashanti was cheating on him with Nelly. Luckily, he had his wife's shoulder to cry on. That's what it was. That's the thing. Because he was out here saying, like, I understand if, you know, he did, but, you know, the way I found out was through the TV, man, and the shit was kind of wild. But, you know, Twitter's just saying, you know, it was just roasted him. You know,
that's the thing. Niggas want their cake and want to eat it too.
Yeah, that's what.
So you telling me you busting down Ashanti and you have a wife. Mm-hmm. Or was he even married at that time?
He was married, yeah.
You have a wife, you busting Ashanti, but you're mad that she's fucking with other people.
That was his girlfriend.
It was his secret girlfriend.
Yeah, but your secret girlfriend ain't supposed to have no dude.
You can't be mad when your secret girlfriend gets a dude.
You ain't supposed to be mad, but you can't say you can't be mad. People got feelings.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And I love Twitter because Twitter quickly try to flip it. Oh, he's such a predator. You know, she was 22 or 21. He was 28, or she was 21. He was 28. And I was like, y'all motherfuckers love to not give girls any kind of credit for being adults.
Any accountability.
Any kind of fucking accountability, though. Oh, he's just a predator. This, that, and third.
Like,
I was like 7
fucking years.
Let's just let alone the fact that he's an adult. Let's let alone the fact they're both fucking adults. Let's that alone. Has that not matter?
I guess not, bro.
The shit is fucking. Y'all throw the word predator around too fucking loosely. There's real predators out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out here giving real predators out here. Y'all making real predators out here look real good by conflating them with an Irv Gotti or a record exec that give a girl a deal and she wants to pursue her career. He ain't telling her to do this for that, but he might say, "Hey, let me take you out for dinner. I think you're beautiful. I think and that you'll see a lot of times that used to happen back in the days. A lot of executives they used to. Mariah Carey used to be married to an executive, one of the executives. That happens a lot of the times. When these girls are coming up, just like you had Candy used to date JD. A lot of these people, they want to sign to the artist, and niggas got to go out this and a third. They kind of like them. They're around each other, and they fucking date the boss. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people date the boss. You know what I'm saying? That was the quickest way to the top. You date the fucking boss. Why is it the boss is always the fucking predator? You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Some of these people know what they're doing. What's homegirl name who never came out with an album? Cassie. She dropped a single, got with Puff, and then after about dropping an album for at least 20 years, never again.
Exactly, and became a superstar.
Yeah.
Without producing.
Exactly, without producing a single fucking hit. The shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to talk about dynamics. If it's that easy, you go ahead and try to move up your job that same fucking way. If you think it's like that.
There's a boss at every job.
There's a boss at every job, yeah.
Why you not prospering at your job?
Exactly. The shit is crazy. But Irv Gotti looked the nuts out there. Fat Joe responded, say Irv Gotti's a sucker. You know, the shit's been 20 years. Why are you bringing it up like that? And back then we didn't know the two was fucking and all that. But I think it's his story to tell. You know what I care. It does sound wild now. I understand you're cool with Ashanti. But that's why some shit you gotta watch the way you word some shit. I understand you're cool with both sides. And you like, it fills me out to speak on it, but it's his story to tell. It's a story to tell. If this was some girl, why is it onus on the guy to always be quiet? Like
but
when these girls do a tell-all book, they can tell who the fuck they slept with.
That nigga looked crazy doing that.
He did look crazy, but it's a story. It is his truth. He looked crazy because he looked like he was still hurt. I like, bro, you married, bro. I don't know if he's still married. I hope he's not still married because that shit looks nuts. I hope he's still out there. But he looked like he was hurt. And, you know, them two haven't talked for years.
You can't be hurt when, bro, that's no reason to be hurt, bro.
Listen, if he actually like
your girlfriend
He probably really liked her. He had her down. You know, he wrote and you know, she was always complaining how, you know, she wants those masters back. And he's like, yeah, what a short master. I wrote the beat, wrote the song. She sung it. She co-wrote, but this, that, but I owned it. You know, she's been saying how she had plans of trying to buy back her masters. She wasn't selling it. And then she was trying to do in 7 years, I'm going to re-release it so you guys just don't buy the other shirt. Wait till my shit come out. You're like, yeah, they ain't got to worry with it. I'm just going to sell this shit for $300 million right now. Fuck up your whole plan. So that shit is crazy. So, you know, Irv out here still living. Ashanti's still living the past. I don't know. The shit is, you know what I'm saying? Irv's still up $300 million. So as much as people say he's a sucker, nigga, up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make him mad, he might go sell the other half. And be $500 million.
Yeah, after taxes,
yeah, so
it's like the $1 billion lotto shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's that bullshit. So Irv's a beast, man. This is why Irv was the person saying that them boys are Cash Money are billionaires ahead of time. Remember back in not Drink Champs, but on Everyday Struggle, when he was saying how these artists are selling stuff, he's like, if this person was that much, he's like, think how much fucking Cash Money's worth. Like, those guys are billionaires right now. He's like, because if this person, he just did just about a simple exponent power, and just if this artist just sold this catalog for $25 million, he was like, well, Baby and them sitting on those boys are billionaires right now. Whether or not they want to sell or not, whether or not they know they're billionaires right now. And just by his proof alone for something 300, they are definitely billionaires right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they're recognized, but that's the difference. Though. Whether or not they're recognized at it right now, but that's only because they haven't sold it.
It's not really considered an asset until
you sell it, yeah.
But you have it, so it's like
it's yours, exactly.
So why wouldn't your net worth be at $1 billion, even though they know that the shit you own is worth $1 billion?
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where it's like that. You know, Baby and them don't care. Baby gets $100 million every few years, so he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That they gave him money where he don't even try any other fields. Baby's like the only CEO that doesn't try to do movies, doesn't try to do clothing.
Well, he did baller blocking.
Yeah, early, but he kind of stuck to his routes early. Most other CEOs or other artists has blown up and made most of their money outside of music. Baby is the only one that makes his money through music. And you know what I'm saying? You talking about the Jay-Z's, the Diddy's, the Dr. Dre's, you name them.
Baby branched off a little bit. He did the lugs. You don't remember the lugs?
That was the lug, but I didn't know. Yeah, them fucked up. Yeah, they're really fuck with the lugs, the little branch off lugs. Baby made most of his money, if not the bulk of his money, through just music. And still got the biggest artists to date. You know, still got Drake, you know what I'm saying? The Wayne, the Nicki. Still got the biggest, you know what I'm saying? It's still a fucking beast out here. So he's got along with it. He's going to probably walk his way right into $1 billion just off music alone. So that Baby's a different beast. Do we have anything else in hip hop?
Yes, we got your girl Young Miami has a mental breakdown online.
What happened with this? Go ahead and tell me.
I guess she was saying like no one wants to make her the main chick or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, they blame Diddy for her mental breakdown.
You know, Diddy just don't do main chicks. What you want from the boss?
Yeah, he told y'all that y'all were just going together.
Yeah.
So I guess what Young Miami wanted was that Cassidy deal.
Yeah, she didn't want to have to do no more music.
Exactly.
He's laid back and listen, man. Young Miami, Diddy's probably almost 20 years older than her. You probably thought he was gonna meet an old school guy you grew up with, you always liked, you know what I'm saying? But this Diddy's a different beast, a different type of tycoon, you know what I'm saying? So Diddy's probably the one black guy out here that he gets white folks to do what the fuck he wants. You know what I'm saying? Diddy says it's an all-white party, and Leonardo DiCaprio, Phil Jackson, you name it, them bitches is wearing all white. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Diddy says something's going to, it goes. He's that influential. You know what I'm saying? So you just come along, Young Miami, you gotta imagine the type of access who Diddy has access to. Come on. So you good time, you young, but I don't see no nigga like that even hang with a young girl like that anymore. What's he gonna do with that? But you know,
they say you the age of your spouse, so you gotta keep him young.
Yeah, who knows? This shit's wild. What else we have?
I don't think we have much else in hip hop.
You said what?
That was it for hip hop.
All right, that was it for hip hop. We can switch over to.
Might as well go to pop culture.
Okay, we switch to pop culture. Yeah, that's light. Breakfast Club stirs things up this week with Angela Yee saying Breakfast Club is over as you know it, leading a lot of people to speculate that the show is canceled. A lot of people putting up clips. You know, what's crazy out of all of it, you see so much, it's about time, thank God. People putting up old videos, making fun of when I'm talking about the early Savage Charlemagne videos and shit like that, or the Angela Yee, the shit was crazy. And then come to find out, she announced and saying that she will be leaving the show. She's getting her own her own show, plus Lip Service is also getting that. She's syndicated. So that's good for her. And, you know, I always thought if they were to break up, it makes sense that one of the underlings move on before Charlemagne. Because if Charlemagne goes, that shit's a wrap.
Right. I always thought he was the one that's gonna be the leaving and causing it to like
crumble over. But I always thought it was smart. If they didn't want to make it seem like they're relying on him, it's good that they left. And was moving smartly anyways, because she already had her book. She already got herself a book deal. She opened up a coffee shop. She's flipping. She does a lot of boss shit, and she already positioned herself very pro woman, very pro go girl type stuff. So women always gonna flock to her. She was a boss, and shit like that. And I already thought she was already pivoted that route anyway. So it was perfect for her. I don't know how good that Lip Service is gonna do on the mainstream. You know,
because they're gonna have to change it so much. It's not gonna be as unfiltered as
exactly. I don't
it
know.
is as a podcast.
If people know Lip Service, that podcast is fucking fire. It's crazy. I mean, but it gets tiring after a while. I'm saying, like, Lip Service, I thought was dope. Maybe the first year or so. After a while, you're just hearing teasing all day long. You're like, and then after a while, I'm like, all right, I get it, ladies. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But when you first hear, like, oh shit, these bitches talking crazy. Mm-hmm. But after every episode, but so much with the teasing, you know what I'm saying? Especially because with every episode, Angela Yee's probably the most conservative in every episode. She out here tricking everybody to tell all their secrets and stuff, and she's very reserved and doesn't spill the tea on anything.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna change to be a lot drier.
Is the whole crew still there?
I have no idea. They've had so much changes. I remember when I first started listening to it, it was
because the VIP is Stephanie Santiago easily.
Yeah, but then she had left for a little bit.
Yeah, she left for a little bit.
Then they added L'Oreal. L'Oreal's gone, and
yeah, L'Oreal coming in and out. Yeah, L'Oreal, but L'Oreal went off to do a show with Wax. You know what I'm saying? L'Oreal's a good friend who's also an artist who kind of just went this route to just get that bag instead.
Route.
Then there's who's the other girl, the black girl who comes on every now and then
Gigi McGuire.
Gigi McGuire, who has a secret industry boyfriend who's on and off all these years, so she won't even reveal who he is. You know, he's like official side chicks that got a fucking show, and the only one that's a main on there is Angela, and she won't even release who she won't. She's very secretive who she's even fucking dating. That's what kind of made the show like a hot mess in a sense.
Because at one point she was dating Dave East, right?
That was before
or was that a rumor?
No, she did. They did used to date, but that was before. Not Dave East. It was the other one. Wasn't it Votto?
I thought she was dating Dave East at one point too, but who knows, bro?
I thought it was Votto, but either way, she keeps her stuff very quiet and reserved. But you know, some people say I seen some people hating online talking about she's very boring. I don't know. I was like, I think she got the skills to keep it going, and as long as she's still pro women and
it's gonna be heavily a woman show where it's I think the only people
it's two different shows.
I know.
So I don't see the Lip Service. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but her regular day talk show, I think she's gonna do good.
Yeah, she's gonna do good in the women's sector, but I don't know how good she's gonna do. I don't know how much of the Breakfast Club audience is gonna
go over. Not a lot, but she's gonna get a lot because she's always the safer option. People was afraid of Breakfast Club because of Charlemagne. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because of Charlemagne, because of Envy. Even with her, she kind of used them as a boldness to kind of ask certain questions, you know? Or, you know, they always had a good pattern knowing how to pass it along. You ask a tough question, ask a soft. You know how they did their thing, their way. With with her own show, it's gonna be back again. Oh, we got a celebrity spot we can go to, and we don't have to worry about them asking the tough questions. It's gonna go back to that again. Because I didn't know, is Angie Martinez still on the air? I think they told me she retired. And she just does podcasts and interviews.
I see a bunch of interviews pop up on YouTube.
Yeah, I think Shorty does podcasts and interviews, yeah.
Is she doing it on radio? Is it on radio or is it just like...
I think it's on podcasts.
Okay.
So she's going to take that slot either before the Breakfast Club or anything like that. And I can see the Breakfast Club maybe going another year, 2 years before they end up just going down the drain completely. But I felt like Breakfast Club been dead for a while now. They didn't represent... I can't say they didn't represent the culture, but the same group of people they came in with, they changed up on, I'd say about 5-6 years ago. Once Charlamagne started going his
therapy bag,
his
mental health bag,
which he called it early, because if you only watch Charlamagne on Breakfast Club, then you only know parts of Charlamagne. If you watch him on Brilliant Idiots, you could already tell him. You could already tell he said what he was about to pivot to. And he was like, "Hey man, I'm telling you, the future is women. You guys better tighten up." I'm talking about 5 years ago, he was telling his coworkers, "Man, you still calling women bitches? Oh, man, you wildin'." Like, he saw Me Too coming a mile away. Now, this is why I always wonder, conspiracy-wise, is this shit already pre-planned? All this other shit, it's just kind of crazy. But Charlamagne moved accordingly. The reason y'all couldn't kill him off, this motherfucker saw all the signs almost 4 years before it happened. So that's why y'all looking at him like he's so evolved and all grew up. This motherfucker saw the writings on whoever told him the playbook, get in the playbook years ago. So if you're a bit of a fan of his, you're like, I ain't with that shit. That shit's lame, because you've seen the change. So he calls it growth. You know what I'm saying? He also will say, but if you, even his co-workers like Andrew Schultz, they didn't go down there. They're like, nigga, we sticking to this side. We doubling down on what we've been saying. We keeping it real. Charlamagne walking the tight walk, keep it nice, which he still does. And I don't know. I thought the Breakfast Club always had, like, ever since between that switch over, between them being very trying to make everything mental health or this, that, and third, to when they had the fallout between Angela Yee and Charlamagne over the Gucci Man thing.
Gucci Man.
Yeah, I already knew from that it kind of fell a little bit off. Or even when the rape allegation came against Charlamagne, when they had to when they're either not speaking about it on air, they're always doing little weirdo shit. And then it got to the point when the Me Too era came along, and when it came to women, Angela Yee was like, "Oh no, you gotta trust all women." This other, and those guys should say alleged. You know the way she would always frame it, like the women was just telling the truth. And Charlamagne would always be like, "I don't know, man, because I done had some wild stuff said about me." Charlamagne was always only the one being the voice of reason. And she just seemed to be on that pandering bag. And after a while, I could see, because of the Me Too era, they stopped joking with her, which is why Charlamagne and Envy got into the gay joking shit. She'll be right there on the show, and then we'll just keep joking with each other all day long, because they don't want to step on her toes before they seem like they on some Me Too type shit. And for like the last year, 2 years, you can see like she's kind of been out of the joke in a sense, unless she kind of throw it in there. I don't know, guys. And I was like, how? You guys are so evolved and so grown, but y'all still making gay jokes. That's the spot that the culture won't cancel you on, apparently. But y'all can make, you know what I'm saying? But everywhere else, you know what I'm saying? The shit, it just seemed a little off. I thought.
Yeah, it's been off for a minute, so.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I thought, especially after the Gucci Man interview, when he was like, you showing hit you the bottom of that bill. And even he was like, "What's wrong with this guy, man? They're going to hate me for this, man. They're going to hate me for this." And even she had interviews for like, "Yeah, you know those people you work with, some people are just co-workers, some people are friends." And she never does. And as long as they have their podcast, she's never done Brilliant Idiots. And he's never done Lip Service. And we're talking about 5-6 years. And this is their personal shit.
DJ Envy
DJ Envy's been on both.
Yeah, I know, but he has been on Brilliant Idiots?
Yeah, he's been on Brilliant Idiots. Why they never cross over. That lets you know them two don't really fuck with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. And I remember, even if you remember your boy who likes to expose the industry, what's his name? Choke No Joke. Remember when he had to air out the Breakfast Club after the Jay-Z thing? He like, man, even Charlamagne say he's about to leave her, like, he ain't fuck with no Angelina. He like, man, she a thought, man. All she ever do is try to throw herself at rappers. Like, he said a lot of shit that shouldn't have been out there. So, she's probably one out of how do I even know this? Why, what I'm saying, shit like that. So they probably ain't really friends like that. And this shit got crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know he like to say his little sister, but it's just business out of that. At the end of the day, Charlamagne got the show super hot. Envy out there just getting a free check because he's just a fucking DJ. I know, like, I hear people say that I'm just a DJ. You're just a fucking DJ on that show, okay? You're not just a DJ outside that show, sure, but on that show you're just a DJ who don't even take live mixes, nah.
Who doesn't even DJ?
Don't even fucking DJ. You preset it and just dip out because you're too busy getting the other bags. So on that show you are just a fucking DJ. And when there's an episode of DJ Envy's not there, you don't even notice.
It's both ways. When Angela's not there, you don't notice.
You might notice because the rumor report's very fucked up. Them niggas do not get it. They cannot tell you six different stories in the rumor report.
During interviews.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's like Charlamagne's the only real reason that the interviews are good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep. That's it. So Charlamagne's a key. When Charlamagne's on vacation, you're like, this shit's about to, you know what I'm saying? It's different. When so sometimes it's great when all three gets in their bag.
It's good when they're all three there, but if one of them missing, if Charlamagne's missing, then the interview's not there. The interview's not there.
If Envy's gone, the shit can still go good with Charlotte and Envy. And it was Charlotte and Angie. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So he is, and that show, he is just a DJ, even though he's more so outside of that. The shit is, so yeah, for a while I thought between you have guys that are in their 40s, half the audience they're bringing up there, they don't listen to their music. They can't relate to. So I felt like they're almost gatekeeping after a while. I felt like they should have been, they elevated them. They started getting politicians onto the show and all that. I felt The Breakfast Club is like an older show for older adults, but for them to still have Kodak on there and all these young, y'all don't listen to these young boys. Why the fuck y'all even have them on the show or anything like that? When all you doing is, especially because you praising them, but or especially because you're pressing them, but when it comes to Jay-Z, you don't ask a certain question or guests can't ask certain, when y'all still gatekeeping for the elder statesmen, you know what I'm saying? That shit to me was I thought that was kind of whack of it. You either for the people or for what's them. So I thought they could have got out and maybe go a little bit younger, but we still needed them. They had gotten so big that they became a staple in politics where you can't run for the White House without stopping there.
Right. That was crazy.
Yeah, they got that big, so we needed
the only person that didn't show up was Trump. Trump didn't need that cosign.
Trump didn't need that cosign.
It's only Democrats that go over there.
Yeah, well, I think a Republican went over there.
One Republican went over there.
That one black lady went over there and fucked shit up and killed them and fucking destroyed the Breakfast Club. Angela Stanton. Angela, remember? From Georgia? Mm-hmm. Came out there and destroyed them. No,
she didn't win.
She didn't win, but they tried to use all the Democrat talking points, and you can say, listen, she was already too hood to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you let fucking first one common sense go against the Democrat talking points, you already know you're gonna crush them. Right. And just Stanton came out there and fucking
there's like liberals can't win an argument against conservatives.
Nah, you can't. Which fucking sucks, bro, because
it's ridiculous. Like even Candace Owens watched fucking Lamont Hill.
Oh, it's killed
when they was fucking arguing. I'm like,
I'd be thinking, because there's a skill to knowing how to debate. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be thinking, where's the Democratic version of it? Because, like you said, the Lamont Hill, like, I'd be seeing Jordan Peterson or who's the other guy? The fast talking Ben Shapiro. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers, bro, when they get on the Democrats, they fucking wash them. It's just not even. It's not even close.
Because the Democrats, the liberals always want to be PC and.
Listen, the only person I seen hold up their end was like Killer Mike, and that's because he's not a Democrat to the. He's pro-gun. He's both sides. But if you're taking just one side, you getting washed. You getting washed every fucking time. That shit looks crazy to me. And I was like, so if you're even a critical thinker. And like, let me let these both in the room. You don't want these both of these motherfuckers in the room because Republicans do be tearing their ass. I like, bro, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? so yeah, then I guess Charlamagne kind of started getting off code instead of just letting Democrats do there. He started trying to hold, I don't want to say he's holding them accountable. I felt he was only holding Democrats accountable because he keeps bringing about how Biden's not doing this or the Democrats doing that. but he wasn't speaking on half the shit that the Republicans are doing. It's wild, man. Because Charlamagne's still not vaccinated. And he didn't get to speak on that as much. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see this. We got to see all different aspects of the Breakfast Club, from them being somewhat semi-censored to them kind of leaning one way because they're kind of like, well, you can't see it, because the rest of them kind of lean Democrat. You know what I'm saying? And Charlamagne ain't having that, especially with Biden. He want to keep the pressure on him, on Biden or Kamala or shit like that. The shit's wild, but we'll see how long they go. I think them boys they
probably got another 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, unless they bring another. Who do you think would be a good woman replacement for Angela? Someone online today said Remy Ma. I was like, that'd be perfect because that's someone you don't have to walk on your tiptoes. You can crack certain jokes, and
but she's
a female, but she's still very masculine energy, and the fact that she ain't gonna feel.
That's why it's not gonna work because it's gonna be like 3 dudes doing the shit.
Yeah, but the issue when you have one girl in there with this type of environment, nigga, you could lose your shit like this saying the wrong fucking thing. Especially breaks out and crying. You need someone with tough skin, or else you can't be you. If it's 2 guys, nonetheless, you got these guys both in their 40s. Both are grown. Both of the guys are married. Angela ain't even on that aspect. She's not even married. So even on that spectrum. It didn't even go. That's what I'm saying. So maybe Remy Ma, you need someone powerful. You know what I'm saying? That got their own Nicki Minaj if they could afford it. Because we already know she could do radio with her Queen's radio shit. If that would be fucking a sight to see.
Yeah, but she can't. I doubt she'll be able to commit to doing shutting 5 days a week.
Man, they getting paid millions over there and doing 3-4 hours out there. I can imagine how much the viewership would have shot up, how much more you could secure a bag to lock in Nicki, even if she did for the first 2 hours or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be, it makes, I don't know who else. Maybe L'Oreal. I can't think. L'Oreal, she's Angie's friend as well. And Lori's tough. So it's got to be someone. It's not that Angie's not even tough. I just seen it just seemed like to play it safe, maybe for PR reasons, they stopped joking with her. They started walking around. It wasn't like that in the beginning with her. Remember they used to roast her for not having a boyfriend? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They used to roast her, and after a while, they stopped trying to bring that up. I don't know if they thought it was mean, whatever reason. I don't know. They just was keeping the jokes between just them two.
It's the thing, like, we're coming to a point in society where men and women aren't going to be able to work with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's not a safe space for you. You don't want to lose everything behind it.
Yeah, so I doubt they might not even replace her. It might just be them two for a while.
Then who would want to come? Because the show's not safe. Well, unless Charlamagne's gonna commit to being this nice guy, Charlamagne, then people might still come. But if it's just if they're afraid he might go off, ask the tough questions, they're not gonna, because they need the softballer in there. You know what I'm saying? And then if he's gonna shoot right back what Charlamagne shoot at you, so shit could get real tough on you. So, and people don't want tough questions. And here's the thing about the Breakfast Club: the A-listers don't even go there. That's the thing about the community that was in itself. The A-list black artists, the A-list music artists, it's supposed to be a music show. We talking about the Weeknd, the Drakes, the Kendricks, think of all the A-list, the top tier, the Jay-Z's, the Rihannas.
They'll go there before they A-list. Once the A-list,
yeah, but once the A-list don't even go there. Well, they go though. They'll still go to an Apple Radio or Big Boy. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't mind because they were getting other celebrities. They still was rocking, still doing good. But I was like, now look, you know what I'm saying? Watch them start going to Angela Yee when it's just her solo good. Watch Angela Yee be able to get a Jay-Z or get a Rihanna or, you know what I'm saying, or J. Cole, shit like that. It's one of those things. Before it got a little too hardball, but as they dial it back, it'll see. Who knows?
What else? What were we in? Hip hop? Pop culture.
That was pop culture. Speaking of pop culture, while we're on that one, I have one that's slipping there. There was a thing I'd seen just this past week on it's on Hulu, the Victoria's Secret documentary. You seen that one?
No, I haven't.
That shit kind of make you seem like how you just said how guys and women might not be able to work together. Like they're speaking on how Victoria's Secret, the guy who made it, what's his name? I forgot his name. Spectre, whatever it is. The guy who made it basically, Jeffrey Epstein basically stole like $100 million from him. This guy motherfucker never even reported it, bro. So that's why people kind of wishy-washy what he did there. Mm-hmm. But you got to see how Victoria's Secret, the brand, went from being like number one to, like Fenty's number one now, to how these people just came in there and just broke this guy's business up. Like they came there giving an interview. They're like, oh, Victoria's Secret, do you think now that you're getting older, now that people want to see themselves look a little bit more like these models, since you're pushing this fantasy of skinny models in there, you're like, nah, that's just our brand. That's how we're looking. Like, well, they asking them in the interview, well, do you think nowadays will we start having like trans models or big models? And the guy's like, nah, this is a female lingerie magazine. That's what we cater to. And I'm talking about this motherfuckers in the article loved it. Like, oh, we let him hang himself. We couldn't believe some of the misogynist stuff. I like, so that's where we're at right now. You can create a whole business did one way, and these motherfuckers, aha, got you. So you're not gonna do something for this. I don't cater to that. What the fuck are you talking about? So they basically said, oh, they did an article. What's wrong with Victoria's Secrets? What's wrong with these ads that are? And the guy said the reason we weren't doing heavyweight models, this, that, and the third. By the time we got there, we was already known as a certain brand. And if we did that now, it would look like we're pandering. Mm-hmm. So we had to let the other people go first. You get it? Because we're nobody's second favorite. We're Victoria's Secret. We're the number one. We can't do a certain thing and look like we're pandering. We can let it and now say, oh, now we also doing plus side, this and that. But you notice how Fenty came out the gate, having fat people, skinny people, guys, what I'm saying. So people like, oh, this whole body positivity stuff. And along with the body positivity comes along with, well, why the fuck should the lingerie only be for women? Why can't trans women have your shit? Why can't you make your shit for them? I'm like, so these people, you can really make a business and motherfuckers come along and rechange your whole shit and take your business from you.
That's
right?
Why you can't give these motherfuckers an inch.
You can't give them an inch, dog.
That's trying to take over everything.
Take your shit. Take it. Listen, as I get older, I don't even understand workers' rights anymore. When I see motherfuckers trying to do unions, I'm like, why don't you create your own job? Don't come unionize over here. That shit's kind of wild. I was like, I could not believe how a conglomerate, billion-dollar business like that kind of just went under. They're talking about the guy was a pig. They couldn't believe how he did that. I'm like, he didn't say nothing bad, bro. He just said, listen, this is how we run operations here. We cater to women. But because he didn't do plus size and heavy set and all that stuff, and he didn't do trans, they're like, once he said he didn't do the trans, oh, we got him. We got him, bro. I could not believe it.
What the fuck would you do for trans? You just make the fucking shit women like.
That's it.
Don't they say they're women?
Bro, the fact that
just buy the shit. You ain't got to make no fucking ads for
they're talking about they wanted his models to be trans women models as well. Shit like that. I was like, that's where we're going with culture, bro. He should have just
said if they're real good trans, you wouldn't even know.
Nah, they would have been. They would have
said we got plenty of trans, you just don't know.
He should have said that. He said, I got a couple of trans right now. You just, they just that good. He could have flipped it. He could have flipped it on.
Should have flipped it on.
Yeah, but he didn't think he was saying nothing crazy. You're like, nah, we just cater to women, and that was an issue. Who you think canceled him? You think men canceled him? Women, the very motherfuckers he's catering to, cancel them. That's the fucking craziness about it, bro. You would not get a guy brand canceling a guy because this motherfucker's not creating women wear. Can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? If Ralph Lauren said, I only make clothes for guys, like, oh, fuck Ralph Lauren. That nigga ain't making jersey dresses for girls now. I ain't rocking with that shit no more. Yeah, you know how stupid that sounds? That it's so wild to me how you can manipulate this, and this is the biggest buying group of power here is the women demographic. How you can manipulate them so much to even a brand that they love, they switch up completely over to another brand that got them paying subscriptions and more for the underwear, and they're praising them for it. Like, damn, that shit is fucking. I can see why the women first agenda that shit is nuts, bro. How much you can milk out of it. Either way, that was to go off on that tangent. What else we have?
Your boy's Neil's wife files for divorce shortly after their second wedding.
Yeah, and she tried to air him out, talking about he had too many prostitutes or too many shit like that, you know.
And I was like, didn't this nigga just get married? Because I remember seeing him. Yeah, they were that huge wedding and shit. And
they were filing for divorce, and they broke up. Then they got back together and remarried. And I guess she's filing divorce again. She caught my dog cheating, I guess. But
yeah, man. And I was like, this nigga just got. And the only reason I knew he got remarried is because The person that DJ'd my wedding DJ'd his wedding.
Oh, you got it like that, huh? You should have seen if you could have brought Neo in. And Neo's one hell of a DJ.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I was just like, whoever's trying to book that nigga now, the price just went up.
For the Neo wedding?
No, for the DJ that did the wedding.
From your wedding, his price went up, or from him doing Neo's wedding?
From him doing Neo's wedding.
Oh, I thought you said because he did your wedding. After he did your wedding, he came online and said, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Nah.
Yeah, he probably let shot up. Yeah, you know, shit go bad, man. It's kind of crazy that even celebrity wives or even go online. Online's crazy like that. You know, some people online we're all like at different ages. If you've been online for a long time, you've probably already passed the age of posting all your feelings or airing a bitch out online. Now you're like, nah, I just go online, post and dip out. But people that are probably just not getting there, even elderly people, just because they're now on social media, they haven't worked that out their system yet. They're still on that.
They're still on airing people out.
Yeah, I done broke up. I got to air this motherfucker out online. I got posting. That's some shit we did almost 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I never been into dissing people on social media, so I never went through that phase.
Yeah, I was on that phase. Me and the missus used to go back and forth sometimes on Facebook and shit. Early days. Wilding. Yeah, now you're like, what the fuck were you thinking? But you're a teenager, but you'll notice that even adults will do that because they're now on social media because they haven't worked out that kink yet. They haven't realized like nobody give a damn and everybody loves a train wreck. Because the one thing we hate online is a couple going together and then out the blue, they just divorce, but they don't announce it. They just stop posting each other. Mm-hmm. I'm like, motherfucker, we've been watching the movie all along. We need to know how this bitch ends.
I catch people on my news. I'm on my feed all the time, especially these chicks that always posting about how men are horrible and shit like that. And out of the blue, they post about how they met this great guy and how he's an alpha male, this and that.
Oh, that's a whole new breed, yeah.
I'm just looking at I'm like, give it 2 months.
Nah, that's
give it
a
2
new
months,
breed.
she's going to come out and say how that nigga's a fuck boy.
There's that other meme that said how girls just diss guys all day long, then out the blue you see her the baby shower picture of the drug dealer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's that meme. So there is a lot of, as they get older, they're more reserved. They're not posting. You know what I'm saying? They might just post other pictures, you know, Kevin Gates quotes. Shit like that, random little photos, you know, shit like that. And then out the blue, you might get a baby reveal or anything like that. But either way, we done seen the couples that been at it together. But when they break up, there's no, we decided to part ways or new chapter, new life. It's just, you just stop seeing the spouse.
Exactly.
And slowly the pages churn. I'm like, no update, guys?
Nah, you just got to go back through their feed.
You just got to go back
through that page and see all the pictures gone.
Yeah, and they don't even let us know. Is there a software? They got to use a software for that, right? A thing that knows what
nigga, you just go through that shit and they delete that shit.
Nah, that shit's wild. I can't believe they're going by hand and doing. They probably got a software, facial recognition, and rip all this person's out, delete all the photos of that person off their timeline. That shit is nuts, though. Yeah, but Neo, you know, Neo should know better. But what are you gonna do? They're only human. Do we have anything else in pop culture?
Not really.
Let me see. I'm wondering, did I have any more? Yeah, I think that might be that.
Oh, we got the FAMU girl.
Oh, yeah.
FAMU students take news pictures on campus in front of the FAMU statue, and the FAMU alumni went ape shit.
Yeah, she sat there naked, you know, ass out in front of the FAMU rattlesnake with fake hair that looked like rattlesnakes in her hair. It was a dope photo, bad location, you know what I'm saying? Has some respect, I would say, but she doubled down on it online, talking about y'all hoes hating, this, that, and the third. She's like a rapper too. Mm-hmm. And people talking about, they need to not let her graduate. And I think she already graduated and all that, but I don't know if they can freeze your diploma. Even if they can't do it, they can't hold it. What is it? They usually do it for like 6 months. They cannot legally not give it to you, right?
It's not like she broke any rules of conduct. I don't think there was anywhere in her agreement to go into the school, you can't take a naked picture in front of our statue.
Even if there is, does that mean you don't lose if you don't meet all your credentials, that means you don't meet your requirements? How does that mean? Does that mean you can't, Even if they don't give it to you, can you just transfer to another school and finish there? What does that mean?
You can't do shit. That's like saying, for instance, like if you graduated from a school and you ended up in a situation like Mystikal and they try to rescind your degree.
Yeah, it don't mean the damn thing.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. People talking about, oh, FAMU, that's what we doing. People act like FAMU has had worse scandals, though. You know what I'm saying?
They produced what's name?
What?
Andrew Gillum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not only Andrew Gillum's, I done seen back in the days where you had like a FAMU porno came out where the kids recorded like a porn in the.
I don't know if that was really
room.
at FAMU though.
I
think it was just black people and they said college and they associated with
There's
FAMU.
that. I know seeing videos of the Sigmas wilding out on the couches out there or at parties. We done seen FAMU done got
out of party. That's everywhere.
Nah, they're getting wild. You know, FAMU there's Sigmas in every campus, but that don't mean there's for some reason at FAMU motherfuckers get wild out there. And remember, didn't they lose their accreditation at one point, or they're about to because they had too many issues?
Who?
FAMU.
I have no idea.
I remember at one point they were about to lose their accreditation, because
I don't think it was accreditation. I think there was just like running out of money and shit was.
There was
bad.
the running out of money, and there was the fact that their graduation rate had fallen. A lot of people just going there to party. A lot of people go there and don't finish the school.
Well,
and when your graduation rate falls too much, I think they start to lose their accreditation. I know that Trump infusion did a lot for them, but for a while there, I know they're either in the process of losing their accreditation or trying to get it back. Because there's a couple black schools that lost their accreditation because of that. Before that, and that are in the process of getting it back now. Who knows? But it's wild. You know, FAMU is definitely a party school. You know, they getting down up there in Tally. But yeah, I don't think it was a good look. Grad photo of Mrs. Venom. What else do we have?
I don't see shit else in pop culture.
Your boy Alex Jones. There's that one. That's the only other one I have is Alex Jones
is the conspiracy guy?
Yeah, from InfoWars, who, you know, for years railed against how Sandy Hook was fake, this, that, and the third, the parents, what was name?
What was that shit? Parkland.
Yeah.
Parkland was fake.
Yeah, saying how these people were conspiracy actors and all that stuff. So, you know, the family sued him and finally got out of court. That's
the thing, like, why they only attack the big guy, the rich guy? Because there's plenty of people.
Yeah, but he was pushing that shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got to go with the guy in the bag. They sued him for $4 million. Then after that, for defamation, another $40 million. And then got like another $40 million and compensatory damages, some shit. So he's out of like $44 million. I don't know if they're gonna get him to pay it. If he's gonna almost like have to file for bankruptcy and restructure his shit.
Well, he's not gonna be able to file for bankruptcy because at one point he was telling them he doesn't make no money, and then they found out he was making like $8 million a month. Mm-hmm. So nigga, you got it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to file. He's gonna have to file for bankruptcy, restructure, and pay them slowly. You know, the family didn't say nothing but upside going to sue after him. You know, they said even after he knew it wasn't true, he still kept pushing the narrative. I respect it, you know. Motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? There's a cost to out here serving bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay the cost. Speaking of, your boy Talib Kweli just today filed a $300 million lawsuit. No, $300,000 lawsuit against what was it? It was an old magazine that, you know, Talib Kweli's been banned off Facebook. Off Twitter for a couple of years.
Talib Kweli, the rapper?
The rapper, yeah.
What that nigga been up to?
He was going through a divorce with his wife the last couple of years ago, and someone was speaking out against it. And he was going back and forth with the lady, this, that, and the third, and the lady complained to Twitter talking about this is harassment. You know how it is. It was on one of those believe all women things. Man lost his whole Twitter handle shit, and he had a TV show he had a pop show, like a podcast, I forgot what it called, House Party. It either got demonetized, he had to go behind a paywall. So either way, it's almost been like 2 years. So now he's suing them for $200,000, saying for, you know, distress, this, that, and the third, for you guys writing the article. And the people that he did that against are over here saying, can you believe Talib Kweli's suing us? Is that and that? I was like, My thing is, I don't know why y'all over here addressing it in public like this. Nigga, this is a lawsuit. Don't end up like Alex Jones. I'm suing you now. Just let them know we're having a dispute with Talib Kweli. Don't try to win over the people. That ain't gonna save you. The people that y'all out here fronting for, you might end up the same with Cardi B. I'm cool with these celebrities people going back and holding publications and shit accountable. If you lied, we gonna see if you can stand on that.
Yeah, I guess these people ain't learning from these Alex Jones, these Amber Heards, and these Tasha K's.
Exactly.
So
yeah, he's suing him for $300 million. So we'll see how that goes. I think that was it for pop culture, right?
Yeah, last topic we got is sports.
A couple weeks back, we had your boy Jimmy Butler, who came out with your boy had. Did he already have dreads? He had dreads, right?
No, he had
braids.
He had braids and he always wore an afro and shit.
Yeah.
And then this nigga just pop out with dreads.
Well, it didn't just pop out. He did a video of him going out the hair salon. You see him get his hair done. He did a little dance, and then the girl stood his hair. And a couple minutes later, this man went out the big faux locks.
Yeah, niggas is wilding, bro. His fucking hair, just lock that shit up. It's gonna grow to that length.
I guess, but you could just put the fake dreads in, and then it'll grow to that length.
You look crazy.
It did used to look crazy, but that's what Fetty Wap did. Fetty Wap came out with an even, had a fro for about 2 months, and came back out with dreads. And I said, we just accepted it. And people were like, I got fake. By the time he even spoke on it, it was almost a year and a half later. And he was like, yeah, that hair already been found out. This is my real hair now. He liked it. He was like an old.
It ain't gonna work out like that for Jimmy.
It ain't gonna work out for Jimmy. Jimmy got the spotlight on. But we're in a new age, dog. Guys out here getting what's it called? Pieces.
Installs.
Yeah, guys out here getting hair installs, are getting braids. Guys getting BBLs. They get their body sculpted.
They getting lipo.
They getting lipo. We call it BB, even though it's not BBL. They kind of call it BBL. Like Bandman Cable had the ab sculpting and all that other shit. And then come to find out, academics said there's like good 15 rappers that did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would say
Kanye started the shit.
I don't think Kanye ever got sculpting. Kanye was fat and just got lipo. Yeah, but that's nothing. When you see these rappers get chiseled, there was guys like LL Cool J, we've heard rumors about Drake, French Montana. There's a lot of artists that you see that left and came back and chiseled up. They had either had the fat deposits to make the abs or etch out the parts that are not there so it looked like they're more chiseled. And Badman was already built and lifting up weights, but he had little fat deposits going to get rid of. He had the liposuction taken out. So guys out here looking, want to look like money too.
Yeah, that shit is gay.
Hey, man, guys are already out here wearing purses and everything else, so it comes hand in hand, though.
I guess that shit is, yeah. Niggas are weirdos, bro. All right, sticking in the NBA, you have 11-time champion Bill Russell passes away at the age of 88.
The legend.
Legend. Probably should be considered the GOAT, but, Jordan's considered the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that of all his rings, those aren't all, some of them are from coaching.
Yeah, I think he got, but I don't think it's only one from coaching, bro.
Yeah, I think it's
I think he won 9 or 10
as a player.
In 1 decade and shit, bro. Nigga was dominating the fucking league when it was his era.
Yep. He was out here beasting. I've seen photos online. The man had 3 white wives. I don't know if that was a way to counter him while he was playing in Boston. How they're very racist out there. You had to show him every time. Kept the white chick on. So, RIP.
That shit probably made him even more in Boston.
Yeah, they probably did. But nigga was balling. He had to live by the rules. Like, the fuck, I ain't like y'all. I'll do what I want. What else we got?
Sticking to, I guess NBA been on some shit this past 2 weeks. You got Amon Shepard gets arrested at the airport for having, 6.12 ounces of weed at the airport. And fucking, I guess I guess Twitter went to bashing him because of his comments on that podcast. Niggas was really upset that he said men should pay all the bills.
Yeah. He didn't even say, he's like, listen, nigga that got money ain't trying to tell you women, you gotta pay this or pay half. You know, like, we gonna pay everything. We got it. That's the benefit of choosing us.
That's
like if you get your own bag, that's a bonus. We're gonna tell you that's all cool, but we don't need you to get it. I thought I was a given. I don't know.
Bruh, I thought that was normal. Like, nigga, you got it. You gonna spend it. But niggas was really mad that he said shit like that.
I told you, there's a different type of niggas out here. These niggas out here were like, listen.
These niggas were mad, bro. Niggas was like celebrating that he got arrested because he said, if you got it, we gonna pay it. That's natural though. Listen, niggas with money just gonna pay for. If you have money, you're just gonna pay for shit.
These broke boys ain't having it. They're like, y'all motherfuckers done fucked up the dating pool. We'd had it, y'all niggas. Y'all opinion about dating, all that. They've had it though, so they're not trying to hear none of that.
And that nigga, it's not like he even said a man should pay all the bills.
Yeah, he's like, he just said like money,
people with money you're gonna pay it anyway. So we're not looking for a woman to contribute to such and such. Niggas wasn't having that shit.
Yep. So they're saying, that's what your ass get. Shit was crazy. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I guess these new niggas is something for real, bro.
What else we have?
Yeah. Speaking to the lesser part of the NBA, you got WNBA superstar Brittany Griner gets 9 years for that for the marijuana vape pens.
Yeah. Russia not fucking around. U.S. didn't want to play ball. They're supposed to swap her over for an arms dealer. That was the original plan. Now, I don't know if we've been taking spicy or taking too long. They're like, I think it's a game. They give her ass 9 years. Send it to the gulag.
That shit is crazy. 9 years? I can't complain. The rules are the rules.
Yep.
So,
what else we got?
I don't think we got anything else in sports. Other than crazy demands from KD asking Brooklyn Nets to get rid of the head coach and the GM or trade him. Like, that's fucking supposed to be like, nigga, what did you expect them to say? Okay.
When people make that type of demand, how long you think your contract's gonna be? Nigga, this is gonna be, you playing here 10 years?
The nigga, he got his contract is for 4 more years.
Yeah.
$198 million.
Yeah.
Niggas trying to get out of that contract or trying to get traded after niggas done gave you that bread. Because once they sign you to that contract, they're going to have to pay you, or the other team that's taking you going to have to pay it. So, niggas is bugging, bro.
I just don't understand why so quick to dismantle the team after they had one bad season. Why not try to play again next year?
Ain't nobody trying to dismantle. Kevin Durant is trying to leave.
Yeah, I don't understand why you want to leave for it. Y'all could have had it this year. I understand Kyrie's a fuck up, but give it one more year. I don't understand.
Nah, you got to give it 4 more years. That's what they got you on the contract. So they ain't going to trade that nigga, bro. He's going to end up staying or holding out and not playing, just like all the other players have been doing recently.
I think he's too big of a superstar to go that route. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Anything else?
Let me see. God. Okay, monkeypox. Are you concerned with monkeypox and your kids going back to school?
No, not really. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff you got to do to get monkeypox. It's not like direct skin to skin like that.
That's what it is, nigga.
But it's not just regular. It's almost even like you almost got to have like let's say like you have a rash, like a breakness in the skin or anything like that. Even if it's surface to surface, it's not even as common as like that. So you got to almost be within vicinity, kissing, touching saliva, open surface skin. It's not, it's not even as, I believe, as transferable as regular chickenpox. Regular chickenpox, you just bump into motherfucker and get outbreaks, not even like that. So, no, I'm not really worried about it. And most of the cases that we currently have are still, guys, gay guys.
Gay guys. Listen, I understand why when like Fauci came out and said that it was most of the cases are men that have sex with men.
Yeah.
And how people is outraged because that shit does do something to the public.
Yeah, but that's the truth.
Gay people, because
that's the truth.
This past weekend, I shook a hand with a gay guy that I know he's gay. I shook his hand. And what came through my mind?
Yo, this nigga
smallpox. Monkeypox. I had to sanitize immediately. And I was like, see what Fauci done did? She got it hard for my dog out here. All right.
We on?
Yeah, we on. We back on.
I can. Yeah, right. I can understand the stigmatizing. Here's what I understand. Okay, but if it was majority gay men, let's call it as is. I'm not sure about, because where's the stigma when everything? Because just about every disease you could think of is worse for minorities, blacks and browns. Where's the stigma for that? Anything you could think of. COVID,
but it's not.
Monkeypox, they're like, oh, it's higher in minorities, in blacks. Y'all motherfuckers make it seem like we're the sickest, most worst people out here, and there's no stigma to that. You think people don't have a stigma to that?
But you got to understand, those aren't.
Even monkeypox, I saw this week, they said it's going to be worse in minority neighborhood. I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all know that's it. Listen, there's white folks that say, as long as you're not black. Oh, I won't sleep with a black person because they think we got disease. Why do you think that is? They don't give a fuck about making us look stigmatized. So when another group has a high thing, call it as it is. Well, if we got high cholesterol, black folks support high cholesterol, say black folks have high cholesterol.
You can't pass high cholesterol on.
It's not like there's plenty of shit you could pass on, like AIDS and all that stuff. When it's higher, they got no problem.
Those are like sexually transmitted.
Yeah, and they have no problem saying
sexually transmitted
diseases, even HIV and stuff, is higher in the homosexual thing. They don't want to stigmatize that, but they'll say it's higher in African Americans. Why stigmatize the whole black race when you could zone it to where it really is higher at? Who's the people that's getting the most cases right now? It's females and gay men. Who's passing to the females is gay men that also do with females. That's the most common one in that. But you don't know, they're cool with just stigmatizing the whole black. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. White folks really be thinking, I don't know how you fuck with a black girl. They might have AIDS. That's what they really think in the back of their mind. The same way y'all might think about gay folks. I don't really think if I think of gays, I think of AIDS. Those two things don't go together with me. I don't think that automatically. But there's lots of people that think, you fuck with a nigga. The white folks that think you fuck with niggers, you got to be safe. You know they got AIDS. That's a stigma. That's for black folks altogether. And they don't have an issue with that. COVID, who have it the worst, or we got to do it on news, or we got to, it's affecting us black and brown the most. They love the black and brownest to death. When it's a certain group, when it's white, and it don't fit into one box, they don't want to even categorize it. It was so bad in monkeypox, they almost made it they almost wanted to categorize it as a STD. Because that's how much more disproportionately it's affecting that group. But they don't want to stigmatize it.
Well, they're gonna be able to say it's a gay disease, and then they're gonna say it's higher in black.
Yeah. But they don't even want to say the gay disease. They want to skip and just say it's higher in blackness.
It's not a gay disease, though.
Even that's what I'm saying. It's not, though. But they don't even want to say that. They want to just jump to say it's higher in blackness. That's the shit I like. Y'all ain't afraid to stigmatize us, but y'all stigmatize. That's that bullshit. Stigmatize everyone. The same way like y'all did the Asia thing y'all talking about when COVID came out and he was calling it the Chinese
disease.
The Chinese
was
disease.
Trump, bro.
That was Trump.
That was only Trump.
Trump, they said Trump was messed up, but when I looked at it in the future, when I seen a Bill Maher segment, he was right. Everything that comes out of a place, we call it by where it's at. Wuhan virus, what's the name? Spanish flu. Why for this group we can't call it the same? It should have been called the Chinese the Chinese flu, and then we would have dealt with it. For political PC reason, we never called that. If that's where it started from, that's the name it gets. That's how it is. Let a black person get a disease first and see if that shit ain't named Negro something, Negrosis or something like that. Listen, it's crazy. I was like, nah. It's wild to me. They don't have no problem stigmatizing black folks. That we're always the bottom of the barrel. It's always higher. I'm like, give me a break. It's all the disease could come out tomorrow, and it'll be like, minorities, blacks and browns are also higher risk. And before long, when most people still not moving along, their push to get us to do it is going to keep targeting blacks and browns. They're disproportionately affected. Before long, when we move the culture. Okay, now we getting scared. Not everyone, you know what I'm saying? Not like that. That's kind of one of those things. Even with COVID, like man, I can't really listen to the news, dog, because if you out here in Florida, we right outside. You out here listening to MSNBC or these LA places.
You never got vaccinated, did
never. You? Nigga, I'm still out shooting.
Nah, you caught it before though.
I did catch it. My wife is full vax though. But she went to work, she got fully vaxxed, but I never did. I wasn't against it. I was just gonna give it a little bit of time. But they all stigmatized the whole thing of why we need to get it all done. Medicine, period, in America has become super politicized to the point that we already know COVID is just gonna be something we're gonna be stuck around here with, regardless. And I don't want, and they, because of political correctness, they don't want to talk about the reason why COVID is so bad is because most of the nation is out of shape. A lot of people is fat. They have underlying diseases. Instead of tackling that, y'all already just tell people should wear their masks and get their vax. What's the real reason why COVID is a threat? If you're young and healthy, it ain't no fucking issue.
So instead of fixing
the actual problem to not make people feel bad and they know what's the longer route, they rather just act and want to lock everybody else down. That shit don't make no sense.
You can't offend fat people, bro.
Yeah, you could have, but who can you offend? You could offend niggas all damn day long. You could offend niggas all damn day long. That's the shit that don't make no sense to me. That you know what I'm saying? So people saying that it's monkeypox, like, look, man, we can't live in fear. It is what it is nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Trump probably gonna catch monkeypox next week or so anyway. Not Trump, but Biden probably gonna catch that bitch next week. That's what shit do is so the shit is wild. You have anything else?
Nope, that would be it. You got any recommendations for this week?
Recommendations, I do. I'll give you two of them. On Hulu, The Prey. That's the Predator prequel. You know, Predator, the movies, the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So they did like Hulu shot the whole movie. It didn't go straight, went straight to Hulu. Fucking fire. Easily the best Predator. And I
don't really remember watching The Predators, bro.
You probably did because it came out with Arnold Schwarzenegger when we were so younger. That's like the first one. And remember, he had to put that mud on himself. So this is like almost like maybe 200 years before that. It's like with indigenous Indians. But the shit is fire, bro. I like, damn, that shit is for it to go straight. That, you know, these streaming wars us customers get the benefits of some of these streaming wars. Because there's some good shit sometimes out there.
It's not behind like a paywall on Hulu?
No, it's Hulu. Yeah, just Hulu. So that's the only thing.
Some of these streaming services are charging extra for certain shit.
Yeah, no, that one's not behind a paywall. So that one's fire. I don't know if I said last week, did I say Gray Man? Did y'all watch Gray Man? Did I say that one on Netflix?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's probably the rawest action movie I've seen since John Wick 1. So Gray Man on Netflix. Action movie, action all the way through, fucking fire. And I would say Prey on Hulu. How about you? Any?
Let me see. The last thing I watched that was good was it was on Netflix as well. You got Earthquake stand-up comedy. Did I say that last time?
You said it, but you didn't say where it was at. I know he's overdue for it.
Netflix, yeah. He got a stand-up comedy that was pretty good. I thought it was a little too short for someone that's been in the game for how long he has. It's only like 37 minutes special.
Listen, man, these guys ain't got that clip, man. That's why Dave Chappelle's special. That's why Kevin Hart's special. As much as people hate he's not funny, Chris Rock is special.
Niggas could give you an hour and a half
and come back next year and come back. Cat Williams is special. Tom Segura. There's some Andrew Schultz. There's some motherfuckers that are beasts, dog, that could work out. That Chris Rock that could work out a new special. You gotta imagine some of our GOATs only had 2 specials, bro. Bernie Mac might have had 1 or 2. He had the most fire 5 minutes stand-up debut ever with that Def Jam that I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That one, There's no topping that. That's fucking phenomenal. But most of these guys couldn't work up more than that much out of it, though. But so these guys that are able to break one out every year, 2 years, that shit to me is elite. I always felt like that comedy was a little bit easier than music, though, because artists have to come out with new music every few years. These comedians just go on the road, tweak their jokes over and over, fix it up, get it fine, and go back and keep reworking it. And they're like, nah, but yeah, Earthquake, I already know he's a beast. These are guys that even when you just interview them, these motherfuckers just be funny for no reason.
Yeah, it's a comedian's job. You better be funny, right?
Yeah. If you ever, they make some of the best podcasters, comedians. Sometimes I just watch interviews where they just go on each other's chairs and interview each other. Bill Burr, Andrew Schultz, different ones. And they be crazy because comedy, that's what's dope. It don't matter if they're white or black. When they get in each other's room, they have different, they have like their own little community. Mm-hmm. Them boys getting there just go to crack. And they always got jokes on the whim, this and this. So, yeah, okay. So you said, I'm going to check that one out. Earthquake?
Yeah.
He's definitely due his flowers, man. I think Dave Chappelle gave them the opportunity too.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle's supposed to be releasing a bunch of
Yeah.
older comedian specials, so.
Yeah, because he was also one of those people saying how the industry was set up for only one guy at a time. That's the reason why you don't see why a lot of them. Remember, Def Jam we had so many comedians back then. How come they never all blew up? It always feel like because back then they used to only allow one to blow up, get all the money.
One black one.
One black one, yeah, for the black ones.
Blacks.
Which I could see the play why that works because it's like only having one female artist. One female artist generates the money of like 20 male artists, bro. When you only have one. Because you get the whole pot to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I guess it makes sense to take turns as female artist.
As female artist.
Because you'll get a bigger bag.
You get a massive bag.
Instead of everybody coming out at once.
Think of the fucking Eve. Eve went off to marry a billionaire, but she had a talk show. She had, what's the name? You had fucking Little Kim had the whole Biggie era. You had the Nicki Minaj who's still running shit. You have Cardi B who only had one debut album, still this big, got brands, got spin off. Whenever just the one, the females are, they out of here, bro. We done rotate 1,000 guys between them, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it is a little bit harder when you're doing the one. So when you blow up with the one black guy, you get like the Chris Rock who gets a $40 million. The Chris Tuckers, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So you get one at a time. They milk them, make a lot more out of them. You put them in everything. While with the white guys, you got a bunch of them getting paid,
and they're getting the same amount.
And they're getting the fucking same amount. That's crazy. That's what hurt.
Shit's crazy. But folks, you already know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Instagram. That's Absurd Pod on Twitter. That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook, and you can always drop an email at that'sabsurdpodcast@gmail.com, and the voice line is always open. That number is 407-960-76. That number is 407-960-76, and we'll catch you guys next week. We out.